Hello? Wait. Oh, what? Hold on. The game has been updated. Oh, amiibo support. A special Nopon Meebo me. Accidentally, I hit the gain knob. Okay, well, I don't have those amiibos, so I don't really want them. If they had a Nia amiibo, I would get it. But Pyramithra, it's whatever. Anyway, it's been 6 days, a week. Well, no, I streamed on Monday, didn't I? Oh, right. I really like this outfit on Mio. I just ate and then I drank a cup of this, like, I think I've talked about it before, matcha latte stuff. It's like a mix. It's like a matcha powder, but with also like powdered condensed milk or something. Anyway, my throat's all jacked up. Man. Yeah, this week, so I streamed Monday. I was planning on streaming every day this week.
Guess it's time to plan the day.
But the thing is, I got a new car. Well, a new to me. It's a 2007 BMW, but it's pretty sweet.
Don't mind if I do.
The only thing I'm worried about is maintenance and stuff like that. But we'll see. Because I'm getting it looked at next weekend at a BMW like dealership to like there's a few things like lights or alerts or whatever on it that I want them to look at, and then see whatever else they can do to it, like, because it's so old and maybe hasn't been to a dealership in a long time, and maybe there's, like, I don't know, updates to the computer or whatever other things. And it's supposed to be free, at least a diagnostic, or whatever the oh my god, please. Okay. But we'll see what they say after they look at it and how much things cost, because that's what I'm worried about. But yeah, like I was saying, I was gonna stream every day this week. Tuesday I was actually like just kind of tired, and last night yesterday was so exhausting, like physically exhausting. Not like I didn't even work. I worked my normal hours. I got in at like 7:55 and left at 5 p.m. exactly. But I got in at 7:55, sat down, unlocked my computer, logged into my computer. I logged in. I turn it off when I leave, but I logged in. This music. Oh. What was this? Oh, whatever. Yeah, I logged in. Dude, it was so okay. Logged in. Checked my email. Checked the help desk tickets. See if there's anything new. There's nothing new. I opened up this Excel spreadsheet that I was working on. And then, wait, can I not go here? Okay. Fine. Did I do that already? What's my... Okay. No. Never been up there. Anyway, yeah, open up this spreadsheet I've been working on for like this printer inventory thing. And as soon as I did, and I logged into our print, like the server we do use for printers and stuff like that. We keep all our printers on our print server, I guess. And as soon as I did that, one of the ladies I work with, she like came into my desk or came into my office, knocked on my door or whatever, and I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "There's a guy here who said our internet's gonna go out for an hour to an hour and a half." And I was like, what? And then, like I followed her to the front where this dude was like, "Hey, I'm, you know, whatever, my name's blah, blah, blah. I'm from Comcast, or I'm here to do some work." Like he was contracted by Comcast or whatever. You know, we're working on these nodes. There's one over here that's gonna shut internet off for like this whole area. And then you have 2 in your building that we also need to work on. And I was like, okay, does it have to happen today? And he's like, yeah, like like he was like, you guys didn't know about this? And I was like, no. He's like, okay, well, they told me they notified everyone in the area who like uses these,
I wonder what's happening in there.
I hope everyone's safe.
oh, in there. I was like, how do I get in here? Anyway, he's like, yeah, you know, he's like, well, the one that's outside, we have to do today. We're going to do it today no matter what. But the ones in your building, like we can reschedule, or you can, you know, I can give you my manager, and the guy above him, I can give you their numbers and you can, you know, work with them to try and set an appointment. What is up with this frog? It's probably gonna be part of a quest or something. Okay, there's a lot of waterfalls with nothing behind them. Anyway, I think it's only been like 2 or 3, but whatever. Yeah, this dude's like, I want to finish talking about this before I do this. Yeah, he's like, you know, he was like, yeah, it sucks, man. Like, I always like I get sent out to these places and I knock on the person's door and I'm like, hey, you know, we're gonna upgrade your equipment and it's gonna take, you know, an hour or 2. Oh, what's up, Xenon? I'll be right back. All right. Well, I'm not gonna make any progress for like maybe like 10 minutes anyway, so you won't miss anything. I'm just rambling about yesterday. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I get sent to these places. Like, they tell me to go here and do the job, and I show up, and the people are like, nobody told us. And then I come back, and they're like, why didn't you get the job done? And I'm like, nobody told them. I'm not gonna make them, you know, I'm not gonna shut them down without like giving them a heads up. And I was like, yeah, I get it. And I was like, well, let me just like, you can. The one outside, sure, go for it. But the ones inside, I don't think we want touched. So I'm gonna call a guy and see what he says, and then I'll let you know real quick. So I went back to my desk and I called the contractor I work with, and I was like, hey, there's this guy here. He said we're gonna like lose our internet. He's a Comcast guy. We're gonna lose our internet for an hour and a half. And then there's 2 nodes inside that he wants to work on that will take us down for a few more hours after that. And I was like, what do we do? What do we need to do? Because we can reschedule the ones in the building to another day, but they don't work Saturdays. So, like, I have the numbers for the guys we need to call, and he's like, the contractor was like, dude, Comcast is our backup line. We'll be fine. And I was like, oh, well then. And so I like went back out there and I was like, hey, go for it. Like, you can do whatever you want in this building because we don't need it. Like, you guys are our backup line, so we're not going to go down. And he's like, oh, all right, cool. And then I was like, the facilities guy, the maintenance guy. Oh. The facilities maintenance guy was there as well. Like, me and him were like both talking together at this, like, to this guy. And he was like, all right, well, let me call, you know, this other person to make sure, because other people might want that line in this building, and we'll be fine, but I don't know if they'll be fine. Like, he wasn't concerned. Like, he's like, if they go down, I don't care, but I want to make sure this other person knows, so if they go down, you know, they don't come for her. And so I was like, well, I'm done. I don't need to be a part of this anymore. And I went back to my desk and sat. Oh no, I went as I was talking to them there. My mom came to the front and was like, I need your help. And I was like, is it, like, as soon as I was done talking to them, I walked over to her. And I was like, is it, like, urgent? Do you need it right now? She's like, yes. And I was like, what's up? And she's like, I forgot my laptop at home. And I was like, okay. She's like, I need a loaner. And I was like, okay. And so I grabbed her a spare laptop to use, which isn't even supposed to be a spare. It's one that we've been working on. We've been, like, testing something on. But I was like, whatever. Since we're testing, like, we were doing something specific on it that I was like, well, if you use it, that's kind of perfect, because then we can also test with your account. And like on your profile and stuff like that. But anyway, so I got her a laptop, and then her mouse and keyboard wouldn't work with it because I don't know, somehow, I don't know, they're like paired to her laptop, but she says she doesn't use a dongle. And so I was like, well, how come I can't pair these to this one then? Like, I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I didn't, like, there's a few things that I wanted to try, but I was just like, I'm gonna just get you a spare keyboard and mouse that I have in my office, and you'll have to use those for the day, because I don't want to take, like, she had already been, like, unable to work for half an hour or something at that point, and I didn't want to take even longer, because, like, after I got her laptop set up and was, like, trying to troubleshoot getting the keyboard and mouse working with it, it was like taking up time. And I was like, well, let me just grab you something so you can work for now, and then I'll, like, you know, see if I can see what's up, or, you know, whatever, maybe you won't care so much. And she's like, no, yeah, as long as I can work, I don't, it doesn't matter, it's not that big of a deal. And so I got her all set up, but, like, by the time I was done with that, and sat down on my desk and was, like, finally getting to actually work, like, touch my computer more than just logging in and clicking Excel, my manager was, like, setting up my, like, dude, so this is what I was saying, it was, like, physically exhausting. It's because the building is big. It's like, I'm gonna actually look up the size of it, hold on, because I had to run my office and my mom's office, and the I forgot there's another thing. So as I was like, I brought my mom the laptop, and I went back to my office to look for a mouse and keyboard, and the maintenance guy was like, hey, can you help us work on, let's see, 150,000 square feet. Oh, 30,000 square feet per floor, so it's 150,000 total, like that, I guess. So what? Let me see. I don't know. I'm trying to, like, estimate how far I ran, or walked, and then, like, power walked, and then ran at some points. But probably at least, I don't know, a couple football fields. I don't know how long. But it's like, it's a long walk from one end of the building to the other. Well, yeah, so whatever, like, I got in, had to go all the way, like, after, like, kind of, like, running back and forth from my office to the front, which isn't that far, but, you know, I was, like, trying to move fast so, like, I could, you know, get this taken care of before something happens, you know. But you know, I'm like running back and forth, and then I have to go all the way to my mom's office, which is on the opposite side of the building, and then all the way back to my office to grab the laptop, and then all the way back to her office, and then back to my office to get a mouse and keyboard. And then as I'm there, the maintenance guy is like, "Hey, I need, you know, we're setting up over here, but we don't know where we don't know where to plug in all the cables." And I was like, "Okay." And then I went to help them, and I was like, they plugged in all the cables, but I was like, "Yeah, like there's a cable missing, but I gotta, you know, I'm in the middle of helping my mom, so I'm gonna go finish this real quick, and I'll be right back." So then I ran over and, you know, gave my mom a mouse and keyboard, and then you know, made sure that was all working and set up, and then I went back to help those guys out, and they figured it out, and I was like, okay, cool. And then when I went back to my desk, my manager was standing there, and we had planned this earlier in the week to have a little sit down and like kind of like review. It wasn't even like a review. She was just getting my kind of like thoughts and opinions on the job and how things were and all that stuff, and just kind of, you know, getting my input, and also giving me a little bit of input and advice on how to do things, because like there's this a little bit of a drama where I worked on the weekend, or after hours, not even on the weekend, after hours. It wasn't even real work. I did a 2-minute, like I think I talked about it on stream, I sent an email to a guy to help him get it like logged into, I don't know, his profile. And that was like a big deal, because they were, I don't know, my supervisor was worried that I would have clocked in and they would have to pay me like 2 hours of overtime for it or something. But I was like, I didn't clock in. It wasn't a big deal. But my manager, she was like, don't do that. Not she wasn't mean about it, but she was like, you shouldn't do that, because you shouldn't go above and beyond right out the gate. Like, you should save that stuff for later, which I was like, man, that's very scummy. But I get it, and also you're right. Like, well, it's because she was also, because like the other thing is, like, if you do that right out of the gate and you set this expectation, like they're just gonna expect more and more. Like, that's gonna become the default, and you don't want that to be the default like straight away, right? You want people to kind of have to earn it and, like, you know, build up to it. But yeah, whatever. She was just like, we just like talked, like she brought that up, and I was like, oh, so she's everyone cares this much that I helped a guy out on the at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday or something. I literally just said, log in with this name instead of that, because he sent us a screenshot of his login, you know, saying like, oh, can't connect. And I was just like, you're using the wrong name. I was just like, just try this instead of that. And he's like, it worked, thanks. And I was like, that was it. That, like, it wasn't even work. Anyway. But yeah, so like, by the time we sat down and talked, it was like 9:15 or something. And then when we were done talking, I went back to my desk, and I was like, finally, I can work. And it was 10:45, and I was like, Jesus Christ, we talked for an hour and a half. And I was kind of annoyed. Well, so we talked, and then I helped her with some issues she was having, which I was like kind of surprised that she saved them till Friday, but like I kind of respect it. Like, so one of the things is, like, I don't like her, or I didn't like her. Now I'm kind of like starting to like her, if that makes sense. Like, my opinion of her was colored already by my mom being like, yeah, this lady sucks. And I was like, every interaction after that was like, yeah, this lady kind of sucks. But sitting down with her on Friday, I was like, okay, you know what, maybe she's not that bad. Because she seemed, it seems more like she's very I don't know what the word is, but like I was saying with that advice you gave me about, like, don't become the star child immediately, because that's going to be your baseline, and then in the future, you know, even if you just maintain that, it's going to look bad because you're not improving or growing, or, you know, like, it's harder for you to go up from there. But like the stuff like that and the other things she was talking about was very like business minded and like corporate minded, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, okay, I guess I understood more about where she's coming from. I guess it's not even that I really started to like her more, as I started to understand her more, and kind of her attitude and, like, you know, interactions with people that kind of make everyone mad. And like I get why people don't like it, and I don't really like it either. Like I was saying, it just kind of scummy out the advice. I was like, man, that's kind of like scummy to be like, don't be so good. You need to save it up and make people earn it, and like, you know, don't treat the people right. Because then when you treat them, you know, you have to treat them better and better and better, and it's like, wait, yeah, okay. But anyway, what was it? Oh, well, yeah, and then like, so like, yeah, she was like, it was funny because like on Monday she talked to me and was like, hey, let's sit down on Friday, you know, go over this stuff. And she's like, I also have like some IT stuff that I kind of want to, like, IT problems that I need help with, that I want, you know, you to take a look at and see if you can figure out. And I was like, okay. And then, like I said, we sat down and talked, and then at the end of it, she's like, all right, now for the IT stuff I need help with, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. She brought up all these things, and I was like, try this, try that, do that, do that. And I like solved all her problems except for one, and I was like, this one, I don't know, like it was something I just hadn't like seen or touched yet, that I was like, yeah, I'll have to like look into it, because all the other, like, it was basically she can't cast from her laptop to the TV in her office. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why it doesn't show up, because I've cast to other TVs in the building, no problem. And so I'm not sure. It seems like your TV just won't show up, like it's not broadcasting or something. And so I was like, yeah, I'll look into it, because like I'll have to look at the other TV settings and figure out what's up. And she's like, yeah, and it's not a big deal, just you know, whenever you can figure it out. And then, but then, like I was saying, she had these issues that like I solved, like it was 5-minute fixes that I was like, I guess the other thing that's annoying about her is I knew what to do, and I was like, I wanted to be like, hey, you know, let me touch it, let me do it. But she kept, you know, she wanted to control and just have me tell her what to do. And also kept like, not interrupting, but like every time I was trying to say something, she would like, you know, like she would be in the middle of talking and kind of like pause, and I would be like, oh, like let me, you know, say something now. And then she would like talk again to like stop me from getting a chance to talk or whatever. Like I couldn't get a word in, I guess is the term, until she would like be done. Because like basically she would like explain what the problem is, and I would get ready to say, oh, let's do this, or I know how to fix that, or, you know, just do this. But then she would keep explaining or complaining about whatever, and like, you know, just like over explaining the issue. And then she would be done, and I'm like, okay, do this, type this, click here, you know, and then it was solved. And I was like, but she had like 3 issues that I was just like, oh yeah, do this, do that, do this, do that. And then one of them I was like, yeah, you know, I was getting ready to say, for this one, it's going to be hard because you can't do it on our local, like our network. You have to be on, like your home internet or something. She's like, I can, you know, hotspot from my phone. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Let's do that. And then, so we did that, and then connected to the hotspot, and then solved the last issue. And then I was like, and then she was like, well, that's it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, man, she waited 5 days for me to do this. And I was just kind of like, she could have just put in a ticket or emailed me or called the help desk, and I would have been like, boom, you're good. But she waited, and that's what I was saying. Like, I was like, I like this lady because she doesn't, I don't know, just come to me with every, like, she's content to just be like, well, this sucks and I can't, you know, do this thing, so I'll just deal with it for a little bit until I get an opportunity to, you know, just bring it up, instead of like, you know, going out of my way or going, you know, to the tech. But anyway, I hope I mean, I know I've made a good impression on everyone at the place. Like, my mom talks about how everyone's just constantly talking about how much better I am than the people, like how much nicer it is to have a competent tech. My supervisor, the contractor I work with, everyone is just like, you know, impressed. Like, my supervisor was, I was on the phone with the contractor because we were working on something, and my supervisor called in, and I was like, oh, like I answered, like she called me and I answered. I told the contractor, like, oh, hold on, no, my supervisor's calling, and he's like, oh yeah, go ahead, answer it. And I was like, I answered, and then I told her I was on the line with the contractor, and she's like, oh, just, you know, merge me in, like, so we can all talk together. And I was like, okay, and we had like a 3-way call, And she's like, yeah, I wanted to give you a compliment, but I can't think of the right words for it. And like she was like, she's like, you know, you're very you're she was like kind of like stuttering or stammering, whatever. Like she couldn't figure out what she wanted to say, and the contractor was like, a competent tech, and she's like, yes, exactly. And they start like, we all laughed about it, and you know, the contractor was like, he's like, yeah, you know, like you're pretty, like, I'm surprised at how good you are compared to the people we've had here over the last couple of years. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, man, I'm not even, like, I don't know. Like, I talk about this all the time. It's like, I'm sure part of it is imposter syndrome, but I'm just doing my job. I'm not like, it feels like what I'm doing should be like the standard or like minimum. Not even like, I'm not even doing a particularly good job, or I'm particularly, you know, good at the job, or even like going out of my way to be, you know, really good at the job or anything. I'm just doing what I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, but apparently that's really good compared to everyone else. Anyway, I'm not trying to brag, but like, that's what I'm saying, is like, these people are like talking, and I'm like, I saw the email and then I responded to it. Like, what is the big, like, that is not, do people not, you know, do people not work? What's going on here? Anyway, but whatever. So, and that was, so like, that was like when I got back to my desk at like 10:45, that was like, the contractor called me. I was like, hey, you know, I want to show you something. I want to train you on something. And then my supervisor called, and then we like were in a conversation and whatever. It's just like, by the time we finished talking, it was like 11:30, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to lunch in half an hour. And then whatever, we finished. It's like 11:30, and I finally started working on that thing I wanted to work on at 8. And then this guy from the local like computer shop we work with to like get parts and stuff like that calls me, and he's like, hey, you know, that part you wanted came in. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll pick it up after lunch. And then, yeah, then like, so by the time I finally actually like started, like, I had 20 minutes basically to work on this thing that I got like the afternoon before. And I was like, yeah, you know, it might take me till like the end of tomorrow or sometime tomorrow to finish this, but I'll have it done by Friday. And then I didn't even get to work on it until 11:40 on Friday. And then I had 20 minutes, and I went to lunch, and then I came back from lunch, and then I went to pick up that part at that place, which is like, it's like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. It's like a half hour at least doing that. And then I get back, and it's like 1:45, and then then I start working on the thing again, and I'm like, I work on it for like half an hour, and then the contractor calls me. He's like, hey, I just got off the phone with this guy, and I want to show you some things while it's still fresh in my head. And so he showed me a bunch of stuff for like 2 hours, and then he was like, oh, I'm getting a call from your manager. I'm going to talk to her. It should only be like 30 minutes, but I'll call you back when we're done. And then he didn't call me back, but I got to like, from like 4 till 5, I got to actually work on that thing again. But it was just such an exhausting day, because it was like a lot of running around and talking to people for like hour plus straight. And it was just like, I came home and I was like, and so I was saying, I got this new car. New, it's a used car, 2007. But one of the problems with it is it's supposed to have an aux cord, like an aux port, and it doesn't, or it didn't. And I was like, yeah, there's just a hole here where it's supposed to be, like, it's in the like center console, but there's just like a rectangular hole where it's supposed to be. And I was like, there's cables down here, but none of these, it's not like there's a cable that I can plug my aux cord into or anything. I don't, like, there's just a hole here. And then when I got home, I was like, let me like pull these cables out and see like what these look like. And then one of them actually had like a brick on the end of it that was like, I couldn't pull through because it was like a brick, like it was like perfect for the size of the hole, but the cable was above it and like on the side of it. So if I was pulling it out, the cable was like in the way, and I couldn't.
Did you guys hear something?
What is she doing?
Right. What have we got around here?
Oh. I couldn't get it out, and so I was like, I wonder if like I can, you know, push it up from the bottom, like if I can take off the back or like the sides of the center console, or get in it somehow, open it up somehow. to push that up, because I was like, I think that is the aux thing, and it's just like it got pushed down somehow. And so then I looked up like how to open the center console of the 2007 BMW 328i, which is what I have now. And there's like a few videos, and I guess it's a common thing is like that aux thing can get pushed. If you push the cable in too hard, you can push it, pop it through, because it has like little clips on the side that it clips into the hole with. And so if you push too hard, those clips just, you know, get pushed in and it falls through. Like, yeah, people are like, yeah, you just pop the back off where, like, you know, the back air vents are, the back like air conditioner vents for the back seats are. You can just pop that thing off, and then, you know, you see all the internals there. So I did that, and then pushed the aux thing in, and I was like, oh, it's fixed, it's perfect, because I went like, I guess only one day. We bought the car on Thursday. So that's what I was saying is like, Tuesday I was just like tired or something. I just didn't want to stream. Then Wednesday, my mom was like, hey, there's this guy. He's got this car. Do you want it? And I was like, maybe. Let me look into it. And I looked into it. And I was like, you know, tell him yes, you know, we're interested. If you can get it for a good price. Because he wanted to sell it for $7,000. But my mom was like, I don't want to pay more than like, she didn't want to pay more than $6,000. But she offered $5,000. And he came back with $55,000. And she's like, tell him we'll take it. We're gonna come. We want it. And so then I was doing a bunch of research on Wednesday just to be like comparing it to my current car and kind of like what the cost differences and stuff like that are gonna be, how much more I'm gonna have to pay for gas or for like whatever, like to put some mileage on it, and you know, all that. And so I spent Wednesday night doing all that, and then Thursday, like in the morning, I went to work and my mom came and she was like, hey, today at 7 we're gonna go look at the car. And I was like, okay, sweet. And then and I was like, can we get it today? She's like, yep, I already got money, like I already went to the bank and got the money for it, so like, you know, when we go look at it, if you want it, we'll take it right then and there. And I was like, okay, so I can take it home tonight? And she's like, yep. And I was like, okay. And so then that was Thursday night, was buying the car. And then, yeah, like I said, yesterday was just like exhausting. But anyway, I've only had the car for a few days. So I drove to work one day without the aux thing, but now I have it fixed, and so I'm like, okay, fine. I'm fine now. I'm perfect. It's like, I was gonna be bummed that like I would have to listen to the radio, because Friday I was listening to the radio because I forgot to grab all my stuff out of my current car, because I have this thing that like you connect to your phone with it, like you connect via Bluetooth, and then it broadcasts to like a radio frequency. Like it has like you set what frequency it is, and then you turn your car radio to that frequency, and then you basically, you know, you're broadcasting to your own car basically. And so what was it? Oh yeah, whatever. I did, like, I have one of those in my old car, and I forgot to grab it, so I had to listen to the radio, and it was so frustrating because there's two stations that I wanted to listen to, and one of them, like, I don't know if it's always been like this, but now, like, I haven't listened to the radio in a long time, like radio stations, but one station is like, it's like they play like 2 songs and then 10 minutes of ads, commercials, and then 2 songs and then 10 minutes of commercials, and it was like so frustrating to listen to. Whereas the other station was like, it was the opposite. It was like 10 minutes of songs and 2 minutes of commercials, which was like way nicer. But a lot of the songs, I was just like, I don't want to listen. Like, they're both like classic rock, or like classic, like old, like, I don't know, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s rock, and not pop, but like it wasn't like the second station wasn't always rock. And that's what like my problem was like sometimes the songs that would come on were just like, you know, like poppy songs that I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this. I don't like, not that I don't like it, I'm just not in the mood for it. And that's why I was like, man, I have to listen to I have to deal with this until I can get it looked at like the BMW dealership, and see if they can, you know, put in a new aux thing or something, because for some reason this one's missing. But then I solved it, and so I was like, all right, you know what, no problems. I'm still gonna take it to the dealership or whatever. Anyway, That was the week. That was why I didn't stream. It sucked because I streamed on Monday and I was like, all right, you know, this feels good. Just a few hours, no problem. I can get back. Like I was like, I'm back. You know, I'm in the groove. I can do it. And then I took Tuesday off because I was just like, I'm just kind of tired, or I just don't feel like streaming. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was just like, no, dude, no. I was gonna stream tonight. Oh, that's the other thing, is I started playing Pokemon Sleep. What's up, Ico? How are you? I just finished talking about the week. But I didn't talk about Pokemon Sleep yet, which is what I was going to talk about next. After we look at all these... Oh, they're not dead. I said after we look at all these dead people. I'm still annoyed about the way the stream ended on Monday. Not like that the stream was particularly bad, just like the game, like where I left off, that you're in, or console J or whatever. That guy was like, I don't know. I felt like that whole sequence was kind of stupid. And the boss fight was annoying. Because I kind of knew what I needed to do, but I just didn't have like the setup, and I didn't have the patience for it. Okay, so we get back to Tyon, because that's what I was gonna complain about next. Is like, it started out as like Tyon's thing and was like this whole thing, and then just like was just like, JK, it's that little fat green-haired kid from the beginning who died, but he's back now, so now it's kind of like a Lance Uni Noah thing, but out of nowhere, and just kind of like stealing Tyon's moment. I don't know. Having a discussion. Oh, probably with someone who tried to cite Wikipedia as a credible source. That's the thing. Yeah. Okay. I mean, okay. That's funny. But like, what's the point? Okay. Oh wait, I had to like leave the area to get that location. It's weird. Like I don't know. Like Wikipedia is not the problem with Wikipedia is that anyone can edit it. But there's also sources on Wikipedia. So like when people cite Wikipedia, it's always like, why didn't you just like go to the actual source that you're trying to cite from Wikipedia, so that you can actually like check if it's like legit, and then also like have the source instead of Wikipedia. Anyway, you probably have like, what were you guys actually discussing?
Might as well claim
I'll talk about Pokemon Sleep for a second. I've been playing Pokemon Sleep since it came out in the US, and it's kind of cool. It's actually, like, I've seen a lot of people say the same thing, but it's like actually making me go to sleep, and like, you know, get better sleep, get more sleep, which like, I don't know, it's kind of funny that I mean, I guess that's all it would take is a Pokemon game to get me to try and sleep consistently like a normal human being. But the thing is, so I sleep, you know, my sleep is kind of weird, my schedule, but it's now, or at least like the last few days, I think it's been like since Wednesday or something, or Tuesday, I don't know, whenever it came out in the US, but it's been a little more consistent. But my average sleep right now, it says I sleep on average 4.5 hours. And I was just like, excuse me. It was at 5.5 earlier, and then I took a nap earlier for like an hour or like 2 hours, and it dropped it to 4.5. And I'm sure when I go to sleep tonight, it'll go back up to like 5.5 or 6 hours or something. But I was like, bro, see, people try to say that I sleep all the time and I sleep a lot, but I'm literally tracking it now, and I'm sleeping like less than 6 hours on average. So like, how, and it's not like per session, it's like you sleep this many hours per day. Let me make sure, because if it is per session, then that's more reasonable, or makes more sense. But I'm pretty sure it's like because it's like a it goes by day because it tracks how many hours you sleep a day because you get points based, you have like a score per day, like you earn points up to 100 uh based on how many hours um out of 8.5. So like you get 100 points if you sleep 8.5 hours. If you go more than 8.5, you don't get more points, you stay at 100. But if you sleep less than 100, or if you sleep less than 8.5, you get less than 100 points. Yeah, see, Wednesday I slept for 2 hours and 22 minutes. I went to sleep at 4 a.m. Got up at 6:30. Thursday I slept 5.5 hours from 1 a.m. to 6:30. Then Friday I slept 6 hours and 44 minutes. Or no, 7, 8. I slept like 8.5 hours. No, 8 hours and 26 minutes. Because I slept in the evening from 8 to 10 for like 1 hour and 42 minutes. And then 2:30 to 9:20. 9:20. On Friday? It doesn't make sense. I went to work. Unless that's... Oh, that's Friday. Okay, that's last night. I slept 6.5. That has to be last night. It says 2:37. Oh, I see. It's because the days, the way they track. I don't know what time they reset, like their daily reset for the tracker is, but it's probably like it's saying Friday night sleep. So Friday night 2:30 a.m. is still considered Friday night, even though it's Saturday morning, I guess. So yeah, I slept 8.5 hours yesterday from Friday evening to this morning, basically. And then I slept 2 hours and 12 minutes from 5:30 to 7:50 earlier. But per day, my average right now says, well, average sleep time this week, 4 hours and 36 minutes. And so that's what I'm saying. Is like, people are like, bro, you sleep all the time. You sleep too much. And it's like, no, I just sleep at hours where people want to interact with me. And so when they interact with me, I'm asleep. And they're like, bro, you're sleeping all the time. And sometimes I'm not even sleeping. I'm just laying in bed and I don't, respond or whatever. Because I'm tired. And I don't want to talk to anybody or interact with anybody. Or like I'm trying to go to sleep. Or I just woke up and I'm like, not in a vegetative state, but in like I'm not awake yet. I'm not up yet state. Anyway. Claimed all the references were peer review papers. Manner of destruction. Oh, Sodom. Said 124 peer review papers as there was 124 references, but 48 were verses from scripture. So that would count as one source, if you even count it as a source. But also, yeah, they didn't actually. That's what I was saying right there. Is like people like cite Wikipedia, which has the sources in it, instead of like citing the individual sources and actually like verifying that the sources are legitimate, and not just like some random dude, cited a source in his Wikipedia article that is, he wrote or someone else wrote who just like they wrote it for, I don't know. It wasn't peer reviewed or it wasn't like, like I said, like legit. Anyway. I was gonna say, I don't know. You say you're having a discussion. I'll say you get into discussions. You get into arguments with people on the internet that, like, I'm always, like, I never argue with people on the internet because it's not worth the time. It's not worth, like, not anymore, not nowadays. Like, people don't, no one wants to have a discussion. No one wants to have, like, an exchange of ideas. They want to shout their ideas at you and then tell you you're wrong. Nobody wants to actually, like, understand or listen. It's a frustrating experience. That's why I don't know, like I said, I just don't bother. If someone, I don't know, if someone looks like they want to get into an argument, I'm just like, yep, whatever, dude. Start playing bingo with how predictable it is. You probably could. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about Pokemon Sleep. Whatever. I started tracking my sleep with Pokemon Sleep. And it's kind of cool. But it's like, it's very passive. That's kind of why I like it as well, is it's just like, you use it to go to sleep. And that's one of the things that, like I was saying, it makes my sleep more consistent, because like now I'm actually going to sleep. Because I'll like lay down in bed and I'll turn on the app and like, do my little, I'll feed my Snorlax and check on my Pokemon. And then I'll hit sleep. And then basically the app takes over your phone. Like, it doesn't take over your phone, but it's like, it doesn't work if it's not the focus. And you have to, you hit sleep and then you set it, you can set your alarm or whatever. And then you plug it into your charger or whatever, and then you set it down on your bed. And then you go to sleep. Because if you use other apps, or if you, do anything else, it's not tracking your sleep. Like, it's not going to start tracking. So you could use it, I guess. Like, you could start it and then do whatever, Oh. You do whatever your normal nightly routine is before you fall asleep. And then, then start tracking your sleep. But I've been like, as soon as I hit sleep, I lay it down, and then I lay down and go to sleep. Like, I lay down and finish watching whatever I'm watching until I fall asleep. And then when I wake up, I, end it, and then I review my sleep. Because, like, so the way it works is you set it to start tracking, then you go to sleep, and then you wake up, and then it's like, okay, this is how long you slept. This is kind of like your sleep cycle. And then, here's the Pokemon you discovered, and then, and here's like how, it starts like scoring things and showing you things. Then you get to feed the Pokemon, and then whatever, feed your Snorlax, all this and that. And for days that I've been working, you can review later. So like when you're done sleeping, you can like, turn off the alarm and be like, it'll like say, hey, here's your sleep report. And you can say, I'll review it later. Cause like, I'm not going to sit there and go through all that stuff as I'm trying to get ready for work. I just like do that. And then when I get to work, I've been doing it, in the first, like 10 minutes of work or whatever, as I'm like logging into things and, checking on stuff. Passive game sounds like it's time for a word from our sponsor. Wait, we're not sponsored, so I don't. Yeah, dude, I think I talked about this the other day. There was this guy who was, I like watching. He's a speedrunner. He's actually, I think he's streaming right now, or he should be. He was streaming when I started, unless his internet went out or something. But he did a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor stream for a few days, and it was like the worst. Like, I didn't even watch it. Like I started watching it because I was like, whatever. Like, he wasn't playing the game. He was just like, sponsored by it and like advertising it, shilling it, all that. But he was so like if okay, it's Maxi Lobes, MAXYLOBES. If you want to go like look at him now, he does speedruns. He speedruns horror games mostly, but. Oh god, I was trying to just like talk about, the last few days and then start playing the game, but now I'm going to talk about more stuff. Anyway, I guess I'll try to get through it fast. He speedruns, he does like long, like either he'll either speedrun a game for, like 6 to 8 hours, or he'll do a marathon where he plays a bunch of different games and usually the marathons are on the weekends, but he plays like a bunch of different games for like one long chunk, like 6 to 8 hours or something. And that's what he always does. But for the Raid Shadow Legends thing, he was like, hey, he tried to like make the viewers earn it. So like, he was like, hey, he called it the Maxi-thon. And he's like, yeah, for each, for every like 10 people who get to level 12 or whatever in Raid Shadow Legends, I'll play one more game. I'll add one game to the marathon. Like, he started playing a game, and he was like, yeah, every 10 people, I add a game to the marathon. And it's like, wait, but isn't that what you normally do anyway? And I think the first night, he added like 1 or 2 games, because nobody wanted to do it or play the game, because like nobody wants to do or play the game. And then the second day, it was like a 3-day thing or something. The second day was like the same thing. He added like 2 or 3 more games, so he had like shorter streams than normal. But like every like 20 to 30 minutes, he was like advertising it, because I'm sure it's like part of the contract or whatever, and was just like, it was like guilting the chat, or like kind of like I don't know what's the word, just being like I don't know, he never said something like, you guys suck, you're not playing the game, but it was always like, hey, you know, like, if you guys don't want to watch, you know, if you don't want more stream, then fine, don't play the game. But if you guys want more content, play the game. And like he was just like complaining, and like, I don't know, it was just like, bro, you're the one who took the sponsorship, and now you're trying to like put it on us that like we're not doing our job. It's like, I don't know, like, it's like, obviously you're not doing your job well enough to sell the game, so like, I don't know. It was a very, very miserable experience. And like I said, I only watched, like, every time I popped in, it was just that. Like, I would pop in to be like, all right, you know, maybe I'll watch him for a little bit. Hopefully the shilling's not too bad. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, hey, you know, don't forget, you know, the stream's going to end in 45 minutes if we don't get, you know, 6 more people to get to level 12. And it was just like, it was so bad. Neuro-sama's recent collab with Numi Akuma. Is that the girl, the cooking one? Evil Neuro. Just wasn't just getting gaslit. I haven't watched Neuro-sama in a bit. I didn't even watch that much when she was like at peak popularity or whatever. But I kind of like the concept. It's kind of cool, but also like I got over it. Like the novelty wore off pretty quickly. What was it? It was like that Seinfeld thing too. I think there's also like a Dragon Ball one going on right now. It's not like, they're not VTubers, but like AI streams basically. Anyway, Pokemon Sleep. It's kind of cool. Better when it's other VTubers feeding off of Neuro. I haven't seen one like that though. Like I when I watched and like tuned in, it was before all the collabs and before, like I said, before she kind of like, I guess it was like at her peak, before it kind of became more, before the novelty wore off and it became like a thing like that where people were collabing with her. I think it was like when I stopped watching, it was like right before people started collab. Like there was, I don't remember who the first person to collab was, but someone collabed and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then I didn't watch because it was like, I don't want to watch it anymore. Not because of that. It was just like the timing was kind of there. But Pokemon Sleep's cool. I don't know. The microtransactions are kind of insane. Like right now I have the premium subscription and it's $10 a month or $50 for 6 months. But you don't have to pay for the first 2 weeks. So I'm going to like use this premium trial for the first 2 weeks and then see whether I care to keep doing it. But $50 for like not a game basically, because it's, I don't know. And the stuff you get for the premium subscription or premium pass is like not really that worth it. The one thing, oh, okay, all right, this stream is going to turn into like not playing the game because I'm about to talk about a dream I had the other night. Because that's the one thing that I was like, this feature is actually pretty sick and would make me want to keep this premium pass. And if you have the premium pass, you can take notes. You can write down notes. You can keep a little diary. And I was like, this is perfect because like on the second night, I had a really, really weird dream. And I took notes on it so I would remember it because that's like I've kept a dream diary ever since I was younger. I've been like slacking on it within like in the last probably like the last 10 years. But like every now and then when I have a really, really weird dream that I'm like, I need to remember this, I do like write it down or at least like type it up somewhere so I can remember it and like go through it later. Numi's the one that's just an awkward demon girl who's also a bottom. I feel like an awkward person is very likely to be a bottom. But yeah, this like diary feature, I was like, you know what, I might like, I'm not $50 for 6 months to have like a little diary to go with my, you know, sleep tracker. Sure, maybe. But I'm gonna wait till the end of this 2 weeks because at the end of I have till August 3rd, I guess, to cancel if I want to cancel before I get charged. But I love Pokemon anyway, so I'm like, I'm a Pokemon mark. I'm like, they got me. They got me. Anyway, like I talk about it all the time whenever I talk about Pokemon. This blanket right behind me, it's just that's a evolution blanket. It's all Pokemon. There's Pokemon on my desk. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So this dream. Okay, so I have a revolver, right? I had this dream that. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. I'll talk about my dream in a second. Let me make a little bit of progress. Let me get through this part. Because I'm coming up on an hour, and I've literally walked 200 feet. But anyway, Pokemon Sleep's cool. They won't give me another EV. I had an EV in the tutorial, but because it's the tutorial, they make you do like certain things and feed certain Pokemon. And I was like, I want to feed the Eevee because like if you feed the Pokemon, they join your party. But they wouldn't let me feed the Eevee because they're like, nope, give it to the Rattata, give it to the Charmander, give it to the Pikachu. So I've been waiting for Eevee to show up again, but it hasn't. But as soon as I see an Eevee, I'm getting that Eevee. And it sucks because it was I don't know if they keep all the stats and like things like that the same as the mainline games, because like Eevee's gender ratio is 75% male or 80 something percent. It's like 1 in 8 Eevees is female, so it's like way more likely you're way more likely to get a male. And the one that I found in the tutorial was female, and I was like, bro, the first one I get is a female, the like rarer of the Eevees. Because they also have like a different tail design, and I can't get it. And now the next Eevee I get is gonna be a dude, and I'm gonna be like, well, I guess I mean I'm gonna take it no matter what. I want Eevee's Eevee, but like I had the chance to get a rarer Eevee. But yeah, I don't know, it's cute. Like I was saying, it's very passive. It's literally, you open it up like 3 times a day to feed your Snorlax. I mean, that's how I do it. I might open it up more often than that just to like collect stuff for my Pokemon, but you feed Snorlax between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., then 12 p.m. and 6 p.m., and then 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. It's like you feed him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And dinner is the like weirdly long. Like I said, it's from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. window. So you can feed them at any time between those hours to count as dinner. But then breakfast is 6 hours and lunch is 6 hours. But yeah, other than that, it's like it's like the most passive game ever because you literally play it by going to sleep. You play it by not playing it. Is this guy actually in? He's gonna be the only person who died. Are we gonna get a hero quest from this guy? The lines on his face. So I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, what am I gonna play after this? Probably Baldur's Gate 3 because I probably won't finish this until that game comes out. But I was thinking about SMT3. But then I was like, I don't want to play JRPG back to back.
So that's what happened. I'm sorry. I don't remember a thing. Except for that console silhouette. Did I say anything to you?
Was I mean to you?
I didn't say something hurtful, did I?
I like how he's like, did I say anything instead of did I do anything?
Our pride and joy. The same as always.
Tyon.
I see. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice. We're gonna get it back.
Nimue,
I just remember
she
those.
always cared so much about you.
The Agnian
Possess
Ouroboroses
an
are so
acuity
sick.
that sets you
They're like so
apart.
much nicer, like
You'll be
cooler
an elite,
looking.
head and shoulders above the likes of us. Nimue, she wouldn't stop going on about you. So someone called you a coward? Nonsense. Consider it what you are. Perhaps to a fault, you heeded a comrade's opinion. Isn't that right?
Help him,
Here's
dude.
another thing she mentioned.
Tom might be my favorite character.
That if you let us, if we could gain victory through your kindness, she'd have loved to see it. Even if it's too much, it should be yours to carry.
Words are bullets, sticks and stones are useless. Kind of. That's why cyberbullying is such a big deal. I guess bullying in general, but cyberbullying is literally just letters on a screen.
And if you keep it safe, someday, I'd like you to go visit her.
How can I visit?
At the Cadencia frontier, beyond the Far Lane underpass, there's a place where sophronias bloom. Nimue always loved their flowers. And one of them was especially brilliant. I'd like you to bury it there.
Hmm.
Oh,
That'll show her, beyond all doubt, your victory through kindness.
See, okay, I was gonna say this during that cutscene, but yeah, the whole console bit is so like out of place, like, or I don't know, it like breaks up, like I was saying, like Tyon, it's like this Tyon moment. It's a moment for, you know, Tyon. It's his whole thing, and then it's just like, oh, here's, you know, Yorn from Noah Uni Lance's, you know, kid days, and for some reason he's alive now, and there's this whole weird thing going on, and it's like, okay, that's interesting, and kind of like it's interesting. It's raising some questions, I guess. But this is Tyon's moment, and so now that we get back to this, and it could be also the time, since like it's been a few days since I played, so that on top of that weird moment, or like jarring moment, I guess. Or what's the word? I don't know, like the pacing is weird. It's like I said, it's weirdly paced and placed. Like we're doing all this stuff for Tyon, and it's all this, you know, dramatic moment, like these dramatic moments and things, and then it's just like, oh yeah, also, you know, it's his name's Jay now, but it's Yorn from, you know, back when you guys were little kids, and he does all this talking and all this like whatever. And then it just like cuts back to Tyon, like, oh yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, remember Tyon was sad, and then it just feels, it kind of robs this moment, robs Tyon's moment. Someone trying to make a modded story mode for GTA San Andreas. All the characters are voiced by the same guy. What's she doing? How's she doing that? Nothing against the modder, but couldn't you get your friend to do other characters? That's kind of, yeah. Like, unless he's doing it as like a bit of like, I voice all the characters or something. Like how some actors, you know, like Eddie Murphy and some like in what like Professor, what's it called? The Nutty Professor, and then who else? I don't know. Like sometimes an actor will play every character in the movie, and it's like part of the humor. Like Adam Sandler, I guess, in Jack and Jill. Well, he's not playing every character; he's just playing Jack and Jill or whatever. I never saw that movie.
Do outside.
Oh, you know, Noah said he was gonna do his thing, so...
Anyway, unless he's doing it as a bit, that is kind of like, yeah, couldn't you? I'm sure there's plenty of people who would do it for free. Like you could just be like, hey, you know, I'm doing this mod. Does anyone want a voice act?
Everyone, over here.
I'm gonna talk to all these people, and then I'll talk about my dream. I remember what else I was talking about before I did all that. Oh, I was gonna say,
Names registered.
Ty. I was like, Ty might be my favorite character. I guess we'll have to see everyone else's moments because I like all these characters a lot. It's just I really like Tyon, and he was the one that I was expecting to like the least when I started playing, or before I even started playing. You can't even tell who's actually speaking. Okay, that guy did a bad job then.
We have some new names registered. We have some new names registered. We need to time this right.
Oh,
It's up.
I just remembered. I forgot to grab
What are we doing here?
some extra monitors because I think I talked about this before. At work, we have like all these monitors and things, all this equipment that is gonna get recycled. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take a couple of these home. I forgot. This girl's name is Kitty, and she's not even one of the let's say cat people. I don't know. Do they call them Gormati anymore? Like Mio's race? They're Agnians, but
We have some new names registered.
who's our hero? Oh, man, that's what sucks. Is like, I don't want to change off of Manana and Riku because I like having them in the party, but I want other people as heroes. I guess it doesn't matter. Because once someone gets the class, we can just have that person be the class when we want to spread the class. Every character has the same tone and a distinct Eastern European accent. We should have leaned into it. Oh. Okay. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, I would have remembered as soon as we did a chain attack or whatever, but... Oh, wait. Oh, up. I'm sure switching Ouroboroses and all that stuff is, like, a big deal and useful. Also, now I remember I have to level up the other Ouroboroses. Not a big deal, I guess. Like, I'm sure there's, like, strategy. But so far, I feel like the game hasn't been hard enough to make me care about that. The setting, Vice City, based on Miami, which is in Florida. Oh, right, yeah. I mean, there's Eastern Europeans in Florida, I'm sure, but... I doubt that's what that guy was going for. Okay. Well, I want to finish talking to everybody. I'll say, okay, I'm going to tell my dream now. I can't do it at the same time. Sif.
We have some new names registered.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not everyone's gonna be Eastern European. Even in like GTA 5 or GTA 4 where everyone is Eastern European. Well, not everyone. The main character is Eastern European. Not everyone he interacts with and talks to is.
We have some new names registered.
It's hard to tell who I'm talking to. Like, I'm trying to talk to the person right next to Tyon, but I ended up talking to the cat guy, and I'm talking to that person, that girl at the top. Oh, come on. I thought his thing was highlighted. See, like, his is highlighted. Okay, and now hers is. Like, his bubble is, like, filled in, whereas the other two are empty. But hers has a moving dot, so that means I'm targeting her. But then what is the filled in? Now they're all moving, so, like, who am I going to talk to? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to. I just want to talk to the Tolgrim. So, like, his now has the moving dots, but they were all moving just a second ago. See, now they're both moving, but I'm pretty sure I'm targeting Hozumi. And now I'm targeting Whitby, but they're all still moving, so it's like, the only thing I can do is, like, I have to move until I see the circle, you know, like, shrink on them. Anyway. I've been dealing with that the whole time I've been playing this game, but I haven't complained about it till now.
We have some new names registered.
Okay. Is it okay? Can I talk about my dream now? I think that might be everybody. And we'll probably walk back through here anyway, because we'll have to pick up all their quests and stuff. Wait, I did go up here, right? I don't think I did, but there's nobody here, so. Okay, my dream. So, I have a revolver in real life. I own a revolver. And I had this dream, and I don't really, like, even when I woke up and remember the dream fully, I was like, I'm not really sure what was going on there, but, so basically, okay, so, well, I guess what I didn't know is, I didn't know if we were moving into a new place or moving out of a place, but I was in my house in my dream, which it wasn't a house like that I've ever lived in. It was like unfamiliar, but in my dream it was familiar and was my house. And everything was packed up in boxes, and I couldn't tell, even in the dream, I feel like I didn't know if we just moved in and hadn't unpacked it, or packed everything up and we're moving out. But this guy came by, I assume he was like the landlord or property manager or whatever you want to call it. And he was like, yeah, I'm here to inspect, like, you know, inspect the place before you move in or move out. I don't even remember, like I said, I can't remember if we were moving in or moving out. But he was like, I'm here to inspect. And I was like, okay. And I was there with him. Like, I think my mom and brothers and everyone else was like, well, I knew they were somewhere else. And I was like, I was the one who was going to be there for the inspection. And so I was like, okay, I'll, like, you know, he's here, he shows up, and I'm like, all right, yep, I'm here to, you know, walk you around and, you know, make sure, you know, everything's good and you don't steal our stuff. And as he's going around inspecting, like, he starts opening our boxes, and I was like, whoa, like, that's our stuff. And he's like, yeah, but I have to, like, I'm just checking for bugs. He's like, I'm checking for roaches. I'm not gonna, like, go through the box. I'm just opening the boxes. If I see a roach, like, crawl in or out, like opening the box, if I see roaches, like, scatter, then, you know, like, I can't remember if I can't remember if we couldn't move in or move out, whatever. But it was like, he was just looking for bugs, and so he was just, like, gonna open every box to check for bugs and then close it up. And that's what he did. He, like, he would open a box and then close it, open it, close it, open it, close it. Sorry, I punched the mic. But anyway, so he's going through, and then he gets to, like, my room and my boxes, and he opens a box, and there's 2 revolvers, and, like, in the dream, I was like, why are there 2 revolvers? But I was like, whatever, and, like, but he sees them, and he's like, oh, cool, and, like, goes to reach for them, and I'm like, no, those are real, and those are mine. Um, and like I go to grab, like he goes to grab and I go to grab, and I grab one and he grabs the other, and he's like, oh, this is so sick, and I was like, don't, like, be careful, those are real, and I was like, and I was like, I don't know if they're loaded or not, like I don't remember packing them, and I don't remember if I packed them loaded or not. And he's like, no, like he didn't. He's like, these aren't real, and he like pointed it at me and started pulling the trigger, and I was like, oh, like I freaked out, and like when he did that, like I went and pulled my gun up at him and shot, like pulled the trigger, because I was like, this guy's gonna shoot me and kill me. I'm gonna shoot him first, and he pulled the trigger like 2 or 3 times before I even like got my gun up to point at him, because I wasn't like he drew first, you know, and I wasn't expecting like I didn't think he was just gonna point at me and start pulling the trigger. But anyway. I like instinctively pulled mine up and shot him, and like mine had a mine was loaded, his wasn't, and so like I shot him and he didn't even shoot me, and I like freaked out and I was like, and I ran over, and he was dead. Like I shot him in the chest, and I guess I just hit him directly in the heart, but he was just dead on the floor, and I was like, oh no, and like I picked up my other gun the one that he grabbed. Oh wait. Started watching 60 Days In again. In this one, they're not even bothering to search certain cavities. Serious bad things could be getting into the jail depending. People are suitcasing contraband into... Oh, jail. Oh, instead of prison. Right. Suitcasing. What is that? They're like putting stuff in your butthole. Is that what they call it? What was I saying? Oh, whatever. So, like, whatever. Yeah. I picked up the revolver that the guy took and, like, started, you know, shooting at me, but it didn't shoot. And I, like, opened up, like, I pulled, like, opened the chamber, or what, like, flipped out the cylinder. Opened the chamber. Flipped out the cylinder to, like, check if it was loaded or not. And it was loaded. There were 6 bullets in there, which my revolver only has 5. So I was like, man, this guy got the better one. But there were 6 bullets in there. And I was like, why didn't any of these go off? And so I emptied it out, and they were they're called snap caps. I don't have them on my desk. It's in my revolver right now. But they're like fake little bullets that you just put in, so that when you like pull the trigger, the hammer and the firing pin are just like hitting nothing. They're hitting like, or not fire. Yeah, the firing pin. They're hitting like a fake primer, like a fake bullet, and it's like supposed to be better for your guns if you do that. For your revolvers. But anyway, I was like, okay, so it was loaded, but not with the real bullets. And I was like, but mine had real bullets, and I was like, well, like, what do I do? Like, I have to, you know, call the police and like tell somebody, but like, I didn't have a phone on me. Like, I didn't have any way to contact anyone from where I was in my dream. And I was like, I guess I'll like go like find a police station or like find somebody. And so I left and I started walking. And I was just like, suitcasing historic items in your prison wallet or butt. Okay. Depending on how brave someone is, a loaded gun could get in. Bro, that would be so painful. I've never heard it called suitcasing. I've heard prison wallet before, but I didn't know it was called suitcasing. But what was it? Oh, whatever. So I like left the house to like go get help. To like find someone who could help me contact the police or find the police. And I was like, I walked forever before I fought. Like I walked through the city. I ended up in like the countryside. Walked through like farms and stuff like that. Like there was animals and like I remember walking through like this like little like gated area on a farm where there's a bunch of chickens, and I was like trying to avoid the chickens. Like there was a lot of chickens, and it was like hard to like step through without. I mean, I didn't step on any chickens, but I would have to like slowly put my foot down to like move the chickens out of the way so I didn't step on a chicken. Like it was just crowded with chickens. But anyway, I crossed, you know, all this land, and I found a house finally, and I opened the door to like go in. I knocked on the door, and I can't remember if someone answered and let me in, or if I just like opened it and went in to like see if anybody was there. And it was where my family was. Like my mom and my brothers were all just like hanging out, and I was like, oh hey. Like, and I was like going to be like, hey, I killed a guy, help me like contact the police or something or whatever. But like I can't remember what they were doing, but they were doing something, and like when I was like trying to tell them, they like kept interrupting me, and like I don't remember what, I can't remember if they were watching a movie or playing a like a Jackbox game. I was gonna say family game, like a game together or something, like some game where everyone's playing, or what. But every time I kept trying to like get them to stop so I could tell them, hey, I killed a guy. They're like, shh, like stop, hold on, we're doing the thing or whatever. I'm like, okay, hurry up so I can tell you I killed a guy. But yeah, they kept like, I don't know, interrupting me. And then finally when they were done, I was like, hey, you know how I was there for the house inspection? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, I killed that guy. They were like, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be arrested? Like, this and that. And I was like, well, it was in self-defense and blah blah. Like I was like trying to explain the situation, and they were just like, okay, well, we gotta contact the police. And I was like, yes, that's what I've been trying to say. And then we contacted the police, and like, I remember they were like, the police, when I told them, because I told them the story, I was like, yeah, basically, I have 2 revolvers, and he opened a box and saw them, and he grabbed one and I grabbed the other, and then he pointed his at me and started pulling the trigger, and I pulled mine up and shot. I pulled the trigger because I was like, this guy's gonna kill me, and I killed him, and then I looked at his gun, and it had it didn't have real rounds in it, like he wasn't actually gonna kill me, but I didn't know that. And they're like, okay, we understand. So and they're like, so do you want to meet us at the house, or do you want us to come pick you up? And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, like we want to go over it with you at the scene. And I was like, I mean, I guess I can just meet you there, I'll walk there. And they're like, okay. And then I walked all the way back to the house, and then the police were there. And I was like, hey, I'm the guy who shot the guy. And they're like, all right, can you let us in? Because like I locked the door when I left or something, and they just like decided to wait outside for me. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I like let them in. And I was like we go inside, and they're like, okay, where is it? And I was like, upstairs, over here. And I walked them over to where I shot the guy, and he wasn't there, and there was no blood anywhere, and there was no evidence that anything ever happened. And I was freaked out, because I was like, I know I killed him. Like, I shot him. There was blood everywhere. He was laying in blood, like a lot of blood. I checked his breathing and pulse and everything, and he was dead. And they're like, all right, is this a prank? And I was like, no, like it was real, like I'm serious. And like they're like, okay, well, where are the guns then? And I was like, here. And I pulled them out, and like pulled out the revolvers, because I had them with me, and I showed them. I was like, here, this is the one he used. If you guys want to take it like for forensics and check like fingerprints and see that someone else's fingerprints were on there, like, there you go. And then I was like, and this is the one that I used, if you also want to take this one to make sure, it's just my fingerprints or whatever. And like, whatever you guys got to do, here you go. And they're like, okay, like, we're gonna go, like, we think you're trolling us, but we're gonna take a look at this and blah blah blah, but in the meantime, just stay here, we'll be back soon. And I was like, okay. And I'm sure forensics takes way longer than just soon, but it was a dream, so nothing made sense anyway. Person could easily suitcase a Beretta Tomcat 3032 Inox, 7 rounds of 32 ACP. I want to look at this. I'm sure it's a tiny gun. Oops. Probably one of those, what do they call them?
Huh? Hey, did you guys hear something?
Well, it's pretty cheap too. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I was like, now that I have a real paycheck, I was like, man, maybe I want to get another revolver. But they're expensive. Small caliber pocket-sized pistol. Oh, also, yeah, they're expensive, and I just got a new car, so I have to pay for that. But my mom paid for it with cash, but I'm gonna pay her what she paid. Also, okay, I guess I gotta talk about that for a little bit.
Right. What have we got around here?
I kind of like the look of this, and it's, I don't know, I don't have, like I said, I just have the revolver. And I have my well, I haven't picked up my CCW permit yet, but I do have, I literally just have to go to the sheriff's office and pick it up. But, this week, like, Thursday and Friday were the only, like, pickups are only Thursday and Friday, and this Thursday and Friday was the first Thursday and Friday since I got approved. So I could have got it this Thursday or Friday, but I left early on Monday, I think, and so I didn't want to like come in late on Thursday or Friday. Like I don't want to be like, hey, I'm leaving early on Monday and I'm coming in late on Thursday or Friday. I was like, I'll just do it, you know, I'll wait till next week so that it's like spaced out a little bit. So I'll probably pick it up on Friday this week. But anyway, now that I have my CCW, or I'm about to like actually finally pick it up, I feel like I should get an actual like smaller, like something like that, something smaller for like a concealed carry, because the revolver is like, it's small enough to be concealed, but I don't know if it's comfortable enough, if that makes sense. Like it is like a little bit bigger than my mom's, which is, she has like a 6-hour P something, and it's like a really small gun that's like made to be concealed carried. But I'm sure I can get a snub nose revolver or something smaller. P230, I think so. Or maybe it's one of the smaller 6-hours. I can't remember what they call them. They call them like compact or something. Oh yeah, compact semi-automatic pistol. I don't know. Whatever. What was I saying? Oh, well yeah, whatever. Anyway, the rest of my dream. So whatever, the cops, like, they leave. And then when they leave, I'm like looking around the house, like, where did that guy go? Like, there's no evidence. Like, I feel like if he survived somehow, he would have like left a trail of blood, and like he would have been in such bad condition, he wouldn't have like cleaned up all the blood, right? Like he wouldn't have been able to clean up all the blood without leaving more blood. And also, why would he do that? Why would he? Didn't do anything wrong, right? Like he was the victim. He got shot. So like, if anything, he would leave the blood so he can be like, look at all my blood that I lost to prove that this guy shot me. But anyway, I was just like confused, like looking around the house, just like, what happened? Like, I don't, like, I was like, I didn't imagine that. Like, I didn't, that wasn't fake. And then like, out of nowhere, like my dream like zoomed out. Like it literally like was like I was like, you know, me. And then it's kind of like in like some games like Skyrim or Fallout or whatever. Like, what's something? Oh, Final Fantasy 14, I guess, is my like the most recent game I play that has this. But like when you zoom in the camera to your character, it goes all the way to like the back of their head, basically. And then if you zoom in one more time, you zoom into a first person. But like I was saying, like Skyrim and Fallout and like whatever other games, you can do first person or third person. And you just kind of like, you know, have like, you're like first person, then you can like change the camera to be third person, and then like control like how close you are to the character or whatever. I guess I can do that here too. But like it was, so okay, basically this is a good example. But like basically one like this, like I was in my dream, like, you know, first personing, and then all of a sudden like zoomed out, and it zoomed out like really far, and then zoomed like went through like a window, and then it was like a control room, and this guy, well, it wasn't even a guy, it was like a weird like gremlin demon looking thing, was like sitting behind these controls, and he was just like laughing to himself. And like I woke up after that, and I was like, what did that mean? Was that guy controlling the dream and was just like laughing because he trolled me? They were playing Sims, yeah, with my life in my dream. But I was like, I woke up and I was like, I think what happened was, you know, I did all that. Like, this guy was controlling my dream, basically. Like, I was wandering. It actually reminds me of the movie Tag. I don't know if I complained about. There's a movie, a Japanese movie, not the American movie. There's a Japanese movie called Tag. I hated it. It was really bad. But I made my friend Akira watch it. And I felt bad after we watched it, because I was like, we both hated it. And I was like, yeah, sorry for wasting your time with that. But anyway, that movie is also kind of like this. But yeah, I was just like, I was like, when I woke up, my interpretation was, my understanding was that weird imp thing was controlling my dream. And so like I killed that guy, and then as I was gone from that house or whatever, he, did whatever behind the scenes stuff to clean up the mess and like, gaslight me basically. Like undo everything that I did there so that when I show up with the cops, I look like I'm making it up. And then yeah, and I was so confused though, because I was like, that was so weird. Like the dream was weird, and I was so like confused and weirded out that like that guy was gone now. Like I was like, I killed a person. And I was like, the whole trip trying to find someone to talk to before I found my family, I was like going through this kind of like mental, like, not breakdown, but just like I was like, I killed somebody. Like, what do I do? Like, who? Like my life, I'm gonna go to prison. All this bad stuff's gonna happen. Like, I killed somebody, and it was like all this guilt and like all this stuff. I was just like dealt with all this stuff on my way to before I found my family. And then I come back and I'm like, I was like, I talked to the police. They're going to meet me there. I'm going to explain everything and show them everything. And then I'm going to go to prison, right? I'm going to be interrogated. And like, even if I'm like, like safe or not safe, but like innocent or whatever of like murder, because, I literally thought I was going to die. So I, tried to stop this guy from killing me first. Like it was self-defense. But it's still, at least manslaughter in some way or something. And like, yeah, I was just like, I'm not gonna just walk away, no problem. And I'm just like, man, like, just like, what do I do? Like, yeah, like whatever, all this stuff, like all this stress and anxiety and worry about all, like, I just killed a guy, right? And then I show up and like, they're like, you're trolling us, aren't you? I'm like, dude, no, I'm serious. And then, yeah, it's all like, call a self-defense lawyer, then call the police. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's like in my CCW class, they teach you that. They're like, yeah, you gotta, if you are involved in a self-defense incident or whatever, like if you ever shoot your weapon, if you ever have to, draw and shoot, or I think even if you draw, you do still have to, like, I don't know, call your lawyer or the police or whatever, because it's still like, it could be considered brandishing or whatever if things aren't handled right. But they're always like, if the police are there, no, you're supposed to call the police. If you shoot somebody, you're supposed to call the police first, then call your lawyer. But you're supposed to talk to your lawyer before you talk to the police. That's the thing. So like when the police show up and you're still there, like they come and start talking to you, you're supposed to be like, hey, I want to talk to my lawyer before I talk to you guys. And they have to let you talk to your lawyer, or, wait for your lawyer to get there. And that's the thing, that like, there's like all these like different self-defense insurances, like for CCW carriers or whatever, to be like, hey, we have like a network of lawyers. So if you ever are involved in a self-defense shooting, you call our number, we'll get you set up with a lawyer nearby, and you'll be good to go. But a lot of that is also like a scam, because it's insurance. It's a scam. It's insurances are scams. Anyway, what was it? Oh, but yeah, like whatever. It was just such a weird dream, because I was like, bro, that, like, it was creepy, because like I woke up and I was like, there was some weird little demon thing controlling my dream, which this has happened before. Not with like a little demon thing, but I've talked about it before, but I had this nightmare once where like basically my house was just like, everywhere I went there was something trying to kill me, and I would have to like fight it off. And it was literally, so like the dream started out and it was like this, like, it was literally like first person view of like a storybook, like a kid's like picture book, like turning pages, where it was like this story about like a rabbit and a clown, like a human anthropomorphic, like human-sized anthropomorphic rabbit and a clown. And it was like innocent at first, where it's like, oh yeah, like it's like telling the story about like this clown and this rabbit just like being friends and like having fun. And then it got all weird, and they started like murdering people, and like just like I remember one of the pictures was them like, it was like this kind of like cliche thing where they're like walking towards, you know, the viewer, and in the background the town is on fire or whatever. And then like I remember in my dream as this was happening, because like I wasn't even like, it wasn't like I was reading the book or I was like, you know, sitting somewhere and reading the book. It was literally just like my full view was just the book and the pages turning. Almost like watching like an animation or like a cartoon where, you know, like the intro is like a book opening and then like turning pages or something. But anyway, I remember like partway or like near the end or partway through it or whatever, I was like, this is a dream. Like I started to become lucid. I was like, this is a dream. And I realized like, oh, I gotta pee. Like I gotta pee. That means I have to pee in real life. So I need to wake up. And I was like, I'm gonna wake myself up. Cause I mean, I can still do that. But when I was younger, I used to be way more into lucid dreaming and all that stuff and do it all the time. And so I was like, let me wake myself up so I can go pee. And I couldn't. And I was like, I can't. Like I was just like, I kept trying to like wake myself up. Cause usually when I want to wake myself up in a dream, I like close my eyes and try to like imagine myself laying in my bed, basically. Like, and that's how I wake myself up, is like, I stop dreaming and am like, you know, awake, but with my eyes closed. And then when I open my eyes, I'm awake. Sometimes I have sleep paralysis. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time I have sleep paralysis. Sometimes I don't when I do that. But from sleep paralysis, I can like wait till I snap out of it and get up and go to the bathroom or do whatever. Wake up. You can refuse to answer questions when the police show up. Tell them you're not in the proper mindset to answer questions. I mean, I'm sure you could just say, I want to talk to a lawyer, and just like avoid that completely, because they'll provide you a lawyer even if you can't get your own or whatever. But I guess that's also what pleading the fifth is too, is just being like, I'm not gonna talk right now. Because you can always talk later. It's not like if you plead the fifth, they're like, all right, he's never gonna talk to us. Even if he wants to talk to us, we're not gonna, you know, take anything he has to say. But anyway, in this other dream, yeah, whatever. So like, I was like trying to wake myself up and I couldn't. Like every time I opened my eyes, like, and like as I was like having my eyes closed trying to wake up, I would still hear the voice narrating the book, and I would open my eyes and see like the next pages, or like, you know, still see the book. And I remember being like getting frustrated, and then the voice started talking to me and was like, I'm not letting you wake up. And I was like, what the heck? Like, who is that? And it was just like a voice. I don't even remember what it sounded like. It was a man's voice though, but it didn't sound like particularly demonic or something. It was just like a dude talking. But I was like, I started like arguing with him. I was like, I gotta pee, dude. Like, let me wake up. I gotta, like, if you don't, I'm gonna pee my pants. Like, I'm gonna wet the bed. And he's like, good. Like, that's what I want. And I was like, what is your problem? I was like, what's your problem? Like, leave me alone. Like, let me wake up. And like, you know, like arguing with this guy. And he's like, all right, I'll let you wake up if you can make it to the garage. And like my room in this house, like it was like actually like the layout of the house I was living in at the time. He's like, if you can make it to the garage, I'll let you wake up. And I was like, okay, fine. And so then I like got out of bed, like it like turned into like the book went away, and it was I was in my room and it was dark. And I was like, all right, like I'll go to the garage, and whatever. I made it to the garage. A bunch of like things jumped out at me trying to like scare me and kill me and whatever. But I made it to the garage, and it literally, as soon as like I grabbed the garage door, like the knob, turned it, opened it, and then woke up and was like, I gotta pee. And I got up and went pee. And I was just like, that was so weird. Like, someone else had control of my dream. And I know there was like one other instance of something similar to that where I was trying to wake myself up or do something, and I wasn't trying to wake myself up. I can't remember what it was. I was trying to do something, but like I couldn't control my dream. And I was just like, this is so weird. Like, someone else is controlling my dream, but I don't think they ever like reveal themselves, if that makes sense. Like, there was never like someone like, oh, I'm controlling your dream, ha ha ha. It was just like, I was like, I can't, like, everything I'm trying to do, the opposite is happening, or it feels like I can't, you know, make it happen like I'm supposed to be able to. Like, someone else is preventing it from happening. But anyway, That was my dream on like Thursday night or Wednesday night or something. It was very weird. And creepy. Also, look at all these animals and things now. Had a dream about lucid dreaming, but not actually being lucid. But there's a demonic presence that was in control. Kind of. I mean, I was lucid because I was aware that it was a dream, but I just wasn't able to control it. Because lucid dreaming is just like, lucid means like aware, like you're like you know that you're dreaming. But yeah, it was like,
They were literal clods, man. Nobody's actually died.
right.
What are you doing
I
that
forgot
for?
that
Land's got no tact.
Do too.
these were mud
Is
puppets.
about atoning.
Riku, what you saying there?
Why are we seeing them off? I know they were only hollow vessels, but ultimately, we chose to fight and kill them. And nothing can change that fact.
I mean, they also were like,
Even if there's no one to actually see off, we have to atone for that.
they experienced
In
pain and all that
nutshell.
stuff.
Oh, I see.
Had like actual minds and
Atone.
stuff,
Huh? which
which gets into the question of like, what does it mean to be human? It's the
Hey,
near
is that okay with this? It's kinda...
Yeah.
the
he
near
doesn't mind.
theme.
Alright. Guess you're all weirdos. Still, kinda strange. I wonder when it all started.
I couldn't tell you exactly when, but I would surmise it started out as a kind of process for the upkeep of the world.
Sounds like a crazy kind of process. This is all going way over my head.
Quite simple, actually. It gives a sense of security. Lets you think your dead friends are looking out for you from above,
Also, if these were just
alleviating feelings of guilt and of loss. That's how I understand it.
Yeah, okay, but ain't there plenty of people who don't care about that?
hold on.
What matters is that it is there. You don't need to pay attention. You don't need to do anything. But the way it is designed, if you think about it, it just works. We are told our life is born from the Queen, and to the Queen it returns. However, that's only if you make it to your homecoming. But what of the others? What of those who fall on the battlefield? Nobody knows. Where do they go? Seeing motes rise into the sky serves to dispel any unease. You end up believing, well, they're going somewhere.
But where is somewhere? The Queen's place?
Back to the
No clue.
the tanks.
You what, mate? That's kind of
You what, mate?
Disappointed?
Nah, not fussed.
I think that's like the second or third time she said, "You what, mate?" Anyway, if they're piles of dirt, they were just piles of dirt, mud, like mud puppets or whatever. Why were there motes leaving their body?
You lot, why are you making that stuff out here? Colony's got a perfectly good kitchen.
Out of commission, apparently. Somebody made a real mess of the place.
Hold on a sec.
Sorry, Mia.
What?
If we hadn't done what we did, chances are we would have all been
Oh,
dead
I
by
guess they're
now.
talking about
That's why we...
because Lance and
It's
Senna
alright.
were the
Everyone
Ouroboros.
understands why. You were really brave, Senna.
Really?
They started
You're
it.
not just saying that? Nope.
Meh. This real thrill of travel. Excitement mounting.
Why'd they make him do that?
Seriously, Noppon can be a bit too easygoing.
Everyone deals with things in their own way.
Is that right? And why are you acting all normal? It was Yoren. He looked just like his old self.
I suppose you think you're the reason for that, do you?
Huh?
In that case, I'm telling you to drop it right now. So Yoren turned up. That alone isn't so bad.
Course it is!
Figuring out why it happened. That's what we should do.
What do you mean, why it happened?
The reason we became Ouroboros. The reason the world looks like this. It's all connected. I'm sure of it.
Or maybe you just want it that way.
Better than being stuck in the past.
I won't. I can't. I'll never snuffing forget.
Snuffing. Why'd they make him say that? For that line.
There shouldn't be any life in those bodies, but the moats
See,
still rose.
That's what I was saying.
So that means I knew it.
Please explain. What does he know?
The dead don't think anything. They don't speak. But survivors speak for them. To celebrate their life and death. That's why I'm here.
Oh, is this where Noah learned how to off-sea? Or his mentor or something?
Lance, we are still alive.
Bro, cutscenes.
It ain't like you to sulk like this.
That's why I had to get all my
Piss
talking
off.
out earlier.
Noah, bust your chops.
Because there's going to be no room to talk about anything.
Maybe not, but I'm getting warmer.
Uni, for spark's sake, read the room.
Hard pass. Look, Lance, I was there too.
Ah.
No one's asking you to forget. Noah's just saying, move on.
Ah, Noah. He's always a step ahead, eh?
You know he's an off-seer. He's closer to it all than we are. To the ones who are gone.
Being left, it ain't easy.
I know. Still, I don't want to disappear.
Oh, I forgot she had that
Yeah,
other uni moment
yeah, you're right.
where she
Not
found
like we can afford to go just yet.
like her clone or whatever. Okay. That thing some people say man is made out of mud, a poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Is that like a poem or something? Or from a song? It rhymes. Also, yeah, lost its impact by replacing an actual swear word with snuffing. I mean, it's snuffing and sparks. Like he said sparks there too. But like whenever they do that, it just makes me laugh because it's so stupid. Like why even make them swear if you're not gonna make them swear? Also, Noah didn't explain why the moats rose.
The Agnian commander bites the dust!
I'll kill you! He had 2 months to go, and you mutters killed him.
Also, they say mutters too. I don't know what that means. Like oh.
Sea guy, forgive me.
I don't know if they're censoring something by saying mutters or if that's like a UK British slang word, or if it's like in the universe thing, because those one guys were made out of mud.
Ah, did you hear those dulcet death throes, though? Sea guy, forgive me. Forgive what? Why is she apologizing? Ugh, humans. Such useless.
Aren't these guys more human?
So I win then.
Because they don't have the clock or the time limit. They live and age like normal humans. I guess because they're Ouroboros, never mind.
Nauseating. Might we infer from that? End?
Is there naught here but these vulgar
It
places?
is Noah.
Huh. I see why you would feel that way. But you have not the luxury.
Say what you mean.
He's
Pleasures
grown up
and
Noah.
sorrows, meetings and
When he first showed up, I was
parties,
like, is that Noah?
their
And I was
roots are
like
the
half
same.
serious. Because I was just like, he
Tolerance
looks like
and
Noah, sounds like
existence is at the
Noah.
heart of them all.
But his name is N.
Frolic with them.
You shall find there's
And he
no
looks
such thing
special.
as luxury
Like, way
in this
different.
world.
And Noah's the main
Everything
character, so...
buds from but a single thought. That you yourself are here is proof definite thereof. You need not understand. You can simply remain as you are. That is enough.
Who is this guy? 16 tons. Is that a song? I've never heard that. But I've heard Another Day Older and Deeper in Debt from Rob the President. It is a song? Okay. Who's it? Rob the Prez. Oh, That Handsome Devil. It's a pretty cool song. I like that song. And in that song, he says maybe he says another year older and deeper in debt or something. But I don't know. He's probably referencing 16 tons, which... Song written by Merle Travis. Tennessee Ernie Ford recorded 16 tons in 1955. I'm gonna leave that there so I can listen to it later. Will I save the game? Yes.
It's vital to keep a record of events.
We all have secrets deep within. Memories we can never erase. Difficult experiences. It's just a distant dream of mine right now. But if we can just reach out to each other, even a little, we can tease out those delicate shapes. Then, with time, our bonds will grow stronger. Until one day...
I wish she rolled her R's like Nia does. It's the guy who lost to Ethel.
It's rising. We're getting more light. This is Colony Delta. That smoldering camaraderie is valid. It's stuck in legends,
Kamarabi.
but we can win. We're gonna make it. Consul, sir. Right.
Xenoblade Chronicles 9, all the characters will be German.
Don't let a single life slip from your grasp.
They better explain why he waited so long to do this. He better absorb all that.
What's that for honest?
It's Monado Spear. That's Pyra's spear. Pyra doesn't use a spear, but it's got the fire, so.
Listen here. You've done well to come this far. But now, smoldering Kamarabi takes the field.
But why did he wait so long?
No way. He let us think we had them pinned.
Okay, I guess
We were the ones.
he let all those people die so that he can be like, haha, you fell for it. Instead of just popping out in the first place to keep his guys from dying. Like, if he would have done that from the beginning, it's not like they could have retreated in time anyway. I mean, it looks like he was absorbing it there, but...
Just who are you? Perhaps a guard, perhaps not.
Well, well.
Oh.
Smoldering Kamaravi.
And...
Your name is no mere affectation.
A consul? No. You're...
I feel like they're doing that too many times. Of like... question? And then the cutscene ends. They've done that like 3 times already in this. Totes. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, now I can get past the invisible wall. Senna saying totes. Okay, we're not done yet. Okay. I'm starting to lose my patience with all the cutscenes and, like, bits like this. Because, like, as much as I don't want to do the combat, I still want to have control. But it's like, every 30 minutes, there's, like, 30 minutes of cutscenes and dialogue and stuff like that. And it's kind of annoying. Like, it's good stuff, but it gets ruined because it's just, like, so much of it back to back to back. If that makes sense. How could they not have a Valley Girl? Like, totally. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I've brought it up a few times, but Senna is, like, well, she was the only, well, she's the only person in the party who speaks American English. I guess Riku kind of does, too.
Not liking the look of that sky.
But there have been more characters since that also speak American English that I'm like, okay, she's not the only one. So I was like, why is Senna the only character in the whole game speaking American English? Oh, but whatever, she said totes. And so I thought about totes, like tote bags, and it reminded me that they is it Fangamer? Oh, not Fandango. Fangamer has an Omori collection. What is this? Okami? Okay, well, now they have Okami stuff. A jigsaw puzzle? Okay, hold on. I gotta buy all this Okami stuff. I just gotta leave this up. I want the shirt. There's no way it's gonna sell out, right? Before I finish my stream. Because that was the thing. So, like, I guess what I was gonna say is I ordered the Omori stuff. Not all. Oh, there's a World of Horror one too. Dude, when did they do all this? Oh, there's a physical. Oh, the 11th. Whoa. Okay, that was even before the Omori stuff. I wonder if the Okami stuff was before that too. Hold on, now I'm like. Oh, okay, that was like last week. Not even. It was like earlier this week. Our newest Okami pin says put in 1 of 2 poses thanks to a pair of magnets. That came out on the 17th. And the Okami tote on the 13th. Whatever, this set must have been recent. World of Horror. I want to look at this World of Horror stuff too. Is it just a physical copy? Oh, there's a mug. Okay, I might grab the mug. Because that's what I was going to say is like the Omori stuff, there's like an Omori section on Fangamer. And I bought the mug and the Aubrey pin. I don't think there's anything to discuss yet. Yeah. Oh, we gained 3 levels from
I definitely feel stronger.
just like 2 boss fights. Kind of like 1 boss fight. Think about the cutscenes, though. Smooth transition between them. This loading screen. Is it gonna be gameplay? Nope. It's another scene and it repeats. That's, yeah, exactly. And that's like my frustration is like the scene ends.
It's vital to keep a record.
Okay, now we're in chapter 4 finally. And I'm like, the loading screen comes up and I'm like, I literally like have my controllers like on my desk and in my lap, just like waiting for the cutscene and the loading screen comes up and I grab my controller because I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna control, and then it's another cutscene and I'm just like, never mind. But yeah, whatever. I ordered the Omori mug and I think I'm gonna take that one to work. But now that there's this Okami, well, the Okami doesn't have a mug though. I want the shirt or 2 of the shirts. Okay, I'm gonna buy a bunch of this stuff. Oh, it's not a mug, it's a teacup. It's 2 cups. Dude, what the heck? I love this. I just finished playing the game too. So now I'm like even more like it was made. They watched my playthrough and were like, you know what, let's put out this set. But I want this World of Horror mug. It looks really cool. The Omori mug is cool though because it's like one of those color changing ones. where like when you put hot liquid into it, it like changes color or whatever. And I think what it's supposed to do is it's like Omori standing there, and then when you put a drink in it, everyone else shows up. Like as it fills up, all the other characters appear. Excuse me. Man. Anyway. Yeah, she said totes, and it just reminded me of that. And then I went and looked, and now I'm like, okay, now I gotta spend more money. Because when I went to buy the Omori stuff, I didn't see all that other stuff. Because I remember, oh, that was the other thing, is like, I thought it was sold out. Because like, the service at work, like my phone service is really bad. Oh, this guy's eating the dead body. Oh, never mind, he's just standing on it. My phone service is really bad at work in the building. Once I leave the building, it's back to normal. And it's only where my office is, basically, because like my office is in like the center of the building. But if I go to the outer edges of the building, like if I'm in someone's office, like if I'm in my mom's office or my manager's office or someone's office who is like on the outside of the building, okay. Oh, it's a different, yeah, okay. If I'm on the outside of the building, or like on the outer inside but along the outside, right? Like if I'm standing next to a window, basically, or if I go to the break room, which is like against the window, there's a window, I get way better service. But anyway, I was in my office and I like saw the tweet notification that from like Omori that there was like this set at Fangamer. Oh, this guy disappeared. The time changed. I was gonna talk to him, but I was gonna finish talking first. Well, never mind then. But yeah, I saw the tweet notification and I went to look at it, but it was taking forever to load. And I was working, so I was like doing other stuff as I was waiting for it to load. But by the time I actually looked at it, it was like 2 hours later, and I was like, oh god, like I hope the stuff is still there. Or I hope it gets, like I wanted to look, and I was like, I hope when I go look, there's stuff still there. And when I went to look, everything was still there, but when I added the mug to my cart, it said sold out. And I was like, well, that sucks. And then I went and like added the Aubrey pin, and that was fine. And then like so I added the mug, it said sold out, and I was like, that sucks. And then I was like, well, what else is here that I want? And I saw the Aubrey pin and added it. And then when I added that, the mug was also available again. Like it said 1 instead of sold out or whatever. Okay. And so then I ordered them. And then, yeah, well, whatever. They have a tote bag too. And so that's what made me think of all that. Oh, but like I said, like what I was saying is like when I, in the middle of that, after I added the, oh, he's gonna have a hero quest. Probably.
What's wrong, Commander?
Going through all those pages, I went to the main, like the front page of Fangamer, and all they had was the Omori thing. But it was probably like I only saw the Omori stuff because I was like, what else do they have? So I can like add it to my cart so I can get all the stuff I want at once. Because I remember I got my Hades shirt from them, which I really liked. So I was like, I wanted to see if they had other Hades stuff and things like that. But I was like, when I looked at the front page, I was like, well, there's nothing really like catching my eye here. So I'm just going to get what I got and go. But it looked like that Okami stuff came out before. So I don't know why I didn't see it. I mean, I guess it's probably because the Omori stuff was new that it like took up the whole page and everything else was pushed aside. Anyway, apparently Noru's getting more aware. Got really close to Numi and was aware of it, and then Numi asked for a hug and she moved away.
Oh, it's you guys. The Pharaonis was heavily damaged during the battle, do you remember? As a result, some of our remote administrated autolevs aren't responding to transmitted instructions.
I'm not 100% on the techno-babble, but that doesn't sound good.
Indeed. I've sent some of our tech guys over, so we'll know soon enough.
Do you really need the machines?
Are you thinking there might be another battle?
It's nothing like that, I assure you. Colony Lambda is now focused on ether mining, and... What was that?
We just received word of a tunnel collapse.
Oh.
What? I'll be there ASAP. Are the troops assembled?
Who says that? ASAP. I feel like most people just say ASAP. Like I see, if someone says ASAP, they're like, they like enunciate it instead of just saying I'll be there ASAP. They're like, we need this ASAP. Like they'll like slow it down a bit.
They're all in position.
Then go on ahead. Sorry about this, after you took the trouble to come all the way here.
Commander, please let us lend a hand.
Why was it? Oh, it was the lighting. I was like, why was his hand so much lighter than the rest of him?
Only if you're sure. But your help will
It
be
looked like his
welcome.
skin on his hand, on his right hand, was way, like, I don't know, like he was wearing a glove or something.
Roger that.
Okay, he's the new hero. Anyway, I really want that. I want to order that Omori, or Okami Omori. Okami stuff right now. I think I'll finish this hero quest and then maybe call it for tonight. Just cause like, I've been, like I was talking about Pokemon Sleep. I want to get to bed. I set my bedtime as 1 a.m. And if you go to bed on time, you get like a bonus little thing. You get like, that's how they do the weekly. Basically, it's like your weekly login is going to bed on time. So the more days you hit, I guess it doesn't have to be consecutive, but it's like there's 7 days, and you know, if you hit 7 days in a row, you get, you know, the best thing at the end. But you know, for each day, you go up 1, you get the next reward. I want to help this shark dude, Spocked Aligo. Oh, I'm still playing as Taya. Also, which one am I locked onto? Okay. Okay. Why are these guys like kind of strong? I switched targets because I'm. But I guess I should go back. Oh my god, I hate the targeting system, dude. I'm trying to just like cut everything off so I can see this one guy, and it still was like not into it. Senna, am I doing okay with the heal? Probably better than me. Great. I'm gonna chain attack before he dies so I get the bonus. Okay. Oh yeah, so I was talking about that Omori mug. The Omori mug, and now I see this World of Horror mug, and then the Okami teacups. I want the teacups. I'll keep them here, but I was gonna say the Omori mug. I was like, I'll take this one to work, because I was like, I don't know which one of my mugs I want to take to work. But the Omori one, I was like, you know what? I actually thought about getting 2 of them, so I gotta have one at work and one at home. But I was like, nah. But if I get the World of Horror one, I might also take that one instead of the Omori one. I don't know. But more mugs. Mugs. Oh, I forgot we only have 1 attacker still. Owned. I have to use healers. What is... Oh, he's a healer. Guarantees a Bravo rating? He'll go over 100 if I use him. Okay. I'll use lands. I love it when she says that. Wait, we got Uni back. I thought it said... Oh, it was Uni. For some reason, I thought we got a tank back, but it was just Uni. I think I'm just used to seeing her be a tank. Nice. I had this song stuck in my head the other day, and I really wanted to play the game, but I couldn't. I mean, I could have played it, I guess, and just not progressed, but... Oh, it was the chain icon is blue. That's what made me think it was a tank. If I pick her, she just wins. So I should do him and then these two. He seems like he could be a decent healer, like his skills right there. There's a hair, one single strand that was like floating in my vision. It's weird. Wait, we're gonna hit 200%? Cool. The roll is completely unnecessary. That's my bonus.
What did you think would happen?
Alright, go away. Vanish. Okay. Anyway, I don't think that Omori stuff, like, I think it was just a pre-order, because I never got an email saying it was on its way. Oh, that reminds me though. My power figure. Oh, okay, yeah, so whatever. Today, it was so annoying. I went to the post office because my power figure that I ordered, I was talking about it like Monday night or whatever. I pre-ordered it a while ago, and it shipped, and they attempted to sorry, I muted. I hit the mic and accidentally muted as well. They attempted to deliver it on, let me make sure I look at this without, oh my god, I dropped it. I don't care. It was on like Thursday or something, or Friday, I think, because I think I came home and it was, my brother like got the tag and left it on my door.
Could we get there by clambering up Colony Lambert?
Maybe you and Sen are good.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, whatever. Like, I don't know if no one was here to like sign for it or what, or if they just didn't answer the door when the delivery guy knocked or rang the doorbell, but they left a little note saying like, hey, we attempted to deliver, but now you gotta go pick it up. So I went to go pick it up today, and the slip says on Saturdays are open from 10 to 3, and then
Great. Wonder what it's like inside.
and then I looked up the address, because like I've been there before, but I was like, I wanted to see, like I looked up the address because I want to see what places nearby, like for food, what my options were, because I was like, I'm gonna go to the post office and then pick up food on the way home. So I wanted to just kind of like look at the map and just have it go over there, and I could look around the area. But anyway, when I did that and like looked up the address of the post office, like the post office stuff came up, and it was like Monday through Friday, you know, 8 to 5, and then what do you call it? Saturdays 10 to 3. And I was like, okay, so I can, as long as I get there by 3, like I'll be good. And so around 1:30, I left. But so like I ordered food before I left, and like as I was driving to the post office, I got an email saying, "Hey, your food's ready." And I was like, "Wow, that was really like it was way faster than I was expecting." Like the estimate was 20 minutes for my food to be ready. I was like, "That's plenty of time to go to the post office, and then by the time I'm done there and like drive over to the food place, it'll be ready." But like I didn't even get to the post office and it was already ready. And I was like, "Okay." And so I was like, let me go pick up my food first and then go to the post office. So by the time I got to the post office, it was like 2. And I walk in and there's like this door that you go to if you're picking up a package. Like you don't go to the main area, like the main part, you go to this door. And I went to the door and rang the bell, and as I was standing there waiting for someone to come, like I stood there for like a minute and I was like, maybe they're just busy or something or whatever, or looking, I don't know, maybe they're just taking their time or something. But as I was standing there, I was looking at the door and it had their hours on it, and it said like, you know, Monday through Friday 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, and then Saturday 10, it was like taped over, like there's a strip of tape over it that had written on it 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and I was like,
Did you guys hear something?
okay, so they're closed. And then Sunday they're not open. And I was just like, that's why they're not coming to the door. That's why it's been a minute and I'm like just standing here. And so then I walked over to the main area because I was gonna ask them like, hey, is that time right? And you know, ask them maybe if they could grab it for me instead of like the side area. Because last time I've gone to the front part twice to pick up or more than twice to pick up packages, but twice. Well, once they told me like, oh yeah, next time just go use that side door to pick up your package. And I was like, okay. But then the second time I went, I was trying to pick up a package for my mom, so I went to the front part to like see if I could do it in the first place. Because when you go to the side door, you just give them their slip and your ID. But I was gonna give them my mom's slip, and I couldn't give them my ID because it doesn't match. So I went to the like front part to like be like, hey, you know, I'm picking up a package for my mom. Can I still just like use my ID or whatever? And they said no. Like they were like, I don't remember what it was, but there was some reason they wouldn't let me do it. But anyway, I went to like go over there to be like I was gonna, you know, try to pick up my package from the front, but there was like 6 people in line and nobody at any of the kiosk, like the front, like nobody was being serviced. And I was just like, I'm not getting in this line, I'm not gonna wait. And so I just left, and I was like, I went to my car and I scanned the QR code on the slip to reschedule the delivery, and I rescheduled it for Monday. So I gotta tell my brother like, hey, if one of you guys is here, can you please get my package, sign for my package? Because that's an expensive figure, and I don't want it to get shipped back. But I don't think they would return it. Like, I think they might try to deliver it on Monday, and if nobody signs for it, they'll just do a like, hey, final delivery, you have, you know, 10 days to pick up your package from the post office or something. Anyway. Oh, I should jump down to that lower part. Gonna put it in a jar. No. Oh wait, I did jump to the lower part because I was up there. Or did I jump that? Or did I walk? I wasn't thinking the whole time I did that. I did not jump that. You missed it. I was talking about it earlier. I got a new car. It's not new, but it's 2007 BMW. It happened so fast too. It was literally like, yeah. I'll tell you the story. So, I had to get my alternator replaced in my car. And like even before that, my mom was like, now that I have this job, she's like, you should start thinking about getting a new car. And I was like, I have been, but not really like looking, just like thinking like maybe I should get a new car. She's like, yeah, I know a guy who, you know, he knows a guy who gets, like, basically the thing is this guy buys cars really cheap and then resells them for more than he bought them for, but still really cheap. And she was like, yeah, I'll see if like if I can get, you know, my friend to get his friend to keep an eye out for something for you. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, yeah, I had to get my alternator replaced. And that was on Monday. So I got my car back on Monday, and then Wednesday, my mom, I forgot to open this thing. She was like, I can't remember. Oh, I was like, what's happening?
That should about do us for now.
She was like, she was like, hey, that guy I was talking about, he has this like, he has this BMW that it's a 2007 that he's willing to sell. Are you interested? And I was like, I don't know. Like, aren't they? Isn't it gonna be expensive and stuff like that to maintain and blah blah blah. And she's like, I mean, I'm sure it'll be more than your Toyota, but it's so old, it's probably not gonna be like that big of a deal. Plus, you should get a new car. And I was like, well, how much? And she was like, well, he wants 7,000, but I'm gonna offer him 5,000. And I was like, what the heck? It's so little. Like, that's like a big, I don't know. I was like, my mom does not know how to bargain or haggle. And well, whatever. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, you know, let's take a look at it. And she like sent me pictures of it and all that stuff. And I was like doing a bunch of research on it on Wednesday, just like comparing it to my Camry. And I was like, actually, you know what? This thing, like, it does get worse. Like, it has like worse mileage, but barely. Like 2 miles per gallon less than my Camry. And I was like, that's not even, like, that's barely, like, that barely matters. But it takes premium gas instead of regular. So that's where the, like, it's going to be more expensive there. Because it takes, yeah, it's going to cost more. But it doesn't, like, I drove it to work on Monday, to and from. And it took like a quarter tank of gas, which is as much as my Camry would take anyway. So I was like, okay. So it's not even noticeably more gas. It's just the gas is, you know, a little more expensive every time I go to fill up.
Getting late. We should find somewhere to
California
rest.
gas is so expensive, dude. It is. It's not fair. Oh, well, so yeah, whatever. I was like researching it on Wednesday, like just like what, you know, pros and cons and all that. And it seems like
Think we can get back to the Urian tunnels from here?
hold on.
We should be able to, but since we're going to the Great Cot Falls, we won't need to at this time.
Okay. Yeah, like everyone is like, yeah, you know, it's just like maintenance and all this and that is more expensive on European cars and this and that. Well, as I was looking into it, a lot of people were like, it's not even like really that much more expensive, because the I don't know when it started, but BMWs in America use American engines, so like the parts are American. But I mean, other parts of the car might be European, but at least the engine and a lot of the engine related stuff is American, and so it's not as bad as people make it out to be. What the heck is this? This is where I'm supposed to go, so this guy can't be that bad, right? I think that's gonna be like a cutscene or something. $2 more than where you're at. That's kind of insane, because I feel like the DC area is pretty. I guess people like, I guess like the East Coast, a lot of that area has like a lot of like subway stuff and trains and things like that. So I guess I can see. Like I was gonna say, it feels like it's pretty urban and people drive, but there's also a lot of that kind of stuff that's a little more common and popular than California. Like California still has like the BART and stuff like that, but it's not
I wonder what's around here.
not the same.
The tunnels are up ahead.
Oh, but whatever. Anyway, Wednesday, yeah, whatever. Wednesday, my mom was like, you know, if you're interested, I'll make an offer and then we can go take a look at it. And I was like, okay. And so he wanted 7,000. She offered 5, and he came back with 55. And I was like, what the heck? It worked. Like, she actually, because she was like, yeah, I was scared he was gonna say something like, Bart is a joke. That's what I'm saying. Like, it exists, but it's not like anything on the East Coast. But she said, dude, okay, but it gets worse. So she offered him 5,000. He came back with 55. And then when we went to pick up the car, I test drove it. Like, we test drove it. Like, I drove it and she sat in the passenger seat and like fiddled with everything as I was driving it, just to make sure everything like worked and looked good. And to like give her opinion on how it felt and stuff like that and what she thought. But so that was Thursday. So like I said, like Wednesday she made the offer, and then Thursday morning at work, like maybe like 8:30 or whatever, she came over to me and was like, or no, I was like walking in the hallway. I was going to go to the bathroom, so like I was walking down the hallway to the bathroom, and she was coming down the hallway towards me, and she's like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And so like I stopped, and she's like, tonight at 7 p.m. we're gonna go see the car. And I was like, tonight? And I was like, can we, if I like it, can we get it? And she's like, yep, I already have the money. And so like tonight when we go test drive it, if you like it, we'll get it tonight. And I was like, and I can drive it home. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, sweet, okay. And so then Thursday night we went test drove it. And so like we go to the guy's house, and he was like super cool. And her friend Juan, her ex-boyfriend, I guess, well, it's weird saying ex-boyfriend. They dated, but now they're just friends. So like saying ex-boyfriend feels weird because they're just friends now. But he was the guy who had the hookup with this other guy. And so like, but like he's there, Juan's there, and then this other guy is there. And you know, he was just like, yeah, you know, you can, here's the keys, take it for a spin, you know, do whatever you want, go wherever you want, and you know, do whatever you need to do to see if you like it or not. And then we came back, and I was like, my mom was like, do you like it? Do you want it? And I was like, yes. Because dude, it's so nice. I mean, it's not like insane. It's a 2007 BMW, but the driving experience is like noticeably better than my Camry. Not that my Camry was bad or anything, but it's just like, I was like, wow, this is what I don't know, I guess driving a BMW feels like. Yeah, I was like, oh yes, I'll take it. And so we go inside to like sign like the what do they call it? The what's the thing? The little thing you get with your car, the piece of paper that it's like folds in half. Oh, the title. We go to sign over the title. And the guy's like, here, let me get, like, I have to have my wife sign it because it's on her name. Douchebag BMW drive arc incoming. No, I still drive the same. I use my turn signal. I do everything the same. I just take off a little bit faster. But we go inside, and he's like, yeah, my wife's name is on things, so she has to sign it. And so we're inside, gonna start emotionally abusing women. No, you say start, like I haven't already been. No. We go inside, and his wife's sitting in this chair, and like, she's not like, he's like bringing her the thing and the pen, and so like my first thought was like, oh, is she like handicapped or something, like she can't just get up and walk or something? Not that, like, I wasn't like, oh, she's being lazy because she's sitting in the chair, so there must be a reason. But like, she was like, she wouldn't like even like turn, she was just like putting her hands up like for him to bring her the stuff, which, like I said, seemed kind of lazy. So I started to like, I didn't want to assume she was lazy. I was assuming like there's something wrong with her, and there was. And so like, as we're like, you know, talking, she's like, yeah, I just got out of surgery, sorry, I can't like move too much. And then like she's joking with her husband and Juan, my mom's friend, who's also their friend, but they're like joking about something. And she's like whatever, I beat cancer twice in 1 month, and so like I can take it, or I can do whatever or something like that. And I was like, oh, she had cancer. That's why she's, she must have just got out of surgery for something like that, like having a tumor removed or something. But I was like, man, my mom just ripped this guy off for like $1,500 when he's trying to pay for his wife's cancer. And I was just like, dang. It was funny. Because yeah, like this guy's like, he's 7,000 is already a good deal for what he was selling, because it only has 88,000 miles. Like it barely has like some small like it has one small ding on the front, and then like one of the rims is kind of scuffed, and some of the paint is peeling off in some small spots, but like overall it's pretty nice and well kept. And like I said, for the mileage and the condition, like when I was looking up the car on Wednesday, a lot of the prices, like a lot of people were selling their BMW, like used 2007 BMW 328i, the exact same thing, for like $7,000 to $8,000 for way worse condition and more miles. And I was like, this guy's already like giving us a good deal. And then my mom ripped him off for 1,500 more. She's changed. Revving up the gaslighting engine. What was it? I have to get used to like the side that the gas tank's on, because like my Camry, it's always been on the left side, so I just like pull in on the left side, but now it's on the right side. And so like the first time I went to get gas on Thursday when I came home, like driving home from picking it up, it was only in Manteca, so it wasn't that far, but driving home, I pulled into the gas station and I like pulled up, and I was like, I knew it was on the right side, so like as I pulled up, I was like, it's on the right side, so I had to like go around and then like park it the right way and then fill it up. But I was like, that's gonna bug me, like not bug me, but it's gonna take a bit to get I'm sure I'm gonna make that mistake more. But anyway, then Thursday we signed it over, and then I drove home, and then I drove it to work and back. And then today I drove it a little bit when I went to get food in the post office, and I like it a lot. It's like, I don't know, I don't think it's like a honeymoon thing, like, oh, it's a brand new, like, or not brand new, but a new car, so I'm like, happy to have a new car. But there's just like so many things I like, though. I guess like the only thing that I've noticed that I've missed from my old car is the steering wheel on this is it's tighter, so like it's like a better thing, I guess. But I miss kind of like how loose my Camry steering wheel feels. I don't know, there's probably a way to like adjust that or something. But then also the brake is really sensitive, and I also kind of hate that, because like, I don't know, it's just like the slightest tap and it's like, ooh, and it's like, I hate it. It's like my mom's car. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's like, I would rather have my Camry where it's nice and like easy.
Hey, look over there.
Anyway,
It's collapsed.
we gotta sell my old car.
They must have been living in a place with elevated ether concentration, then found their way in here. We better get there quick.
So if you want it, buy it.
But there's no direct path there. We'll have to go around.
I don't know if, like, my mom wants me to sell it. I don't want to keep it, but she was also like, we should keep it around for a little bit. Because Chase and his wife Jelly, they're getting, well, Chase, she applied for a job, or, well, she had an interview last week, and then Chase has an interview this week. And so if they get these jobs, then they'll need separate cars to get to work and stuff like that. And my mom's like, yeah, you might want to keep it around for a little bit just in case they need it, but we'll have to see how it turns out. And I was also like, you can buy it from me and give it to the twins so they have something, in a year or two when they start learning how to drive.
But we need permission from each squad's leader to activate Elevenis.
And well, cause like a while ago, well, not even like a while ago, like a few weeks ago, when the subject of me getting a new car came up, I was like, I mean, do you want to buy it? Cause like, you could buy it for the twins. She's like, I was thinking about that, but I don't know. She's like that serious about like thinking about it that seriously.
Oh, come the snuff on. This is an emergency.
You stay here on standby. There might be another collapse, so we'll go on alone.
But Commander!
Execute a partial evacuation once the tunnel mouth is secured. Coordinate with the medic corps and treat any wounded. Now, these are special orders for which I take full accountability. Inform the other troops.
Yes, sir.
Now, all of you.
We'll be fine, Commander. You can count on us.
Understood. I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
They're giving me too many healers. Oops. We have 3 healers. I guess we have 3 DPSs and 2 tanks, but I want more DPSs and less healers. Less tanks too.
We want to reach the cave-in. First off, we'll need to find a way up.
Anyway, my new car, it's white, so that's like, I guess one of the other things that I'm like not disappointed in, but I don't know. I've had a white car for 10 years. I would like a different color, and I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to like have my car painted. My brother was talking about, he's like, you should get it wrapped, and I was like, but I don't want to, like, I still don't want to pay for that. Like I would have rather bought the car as a different color, but it's also like kind of nice because now I don't have to get used to a new color. Like I've already walked to my car a few times and seen a white car in my brain is like, there's my car, and like it's not like I don't have to like, I haven't been confused like, where's my car, like looking for a white car, or oh, I'm 37, I can fight these guys. I was like, oh, well, I guess I guess I have to, no I don't. I'm gonna keep running. I saw a flute thing over there, so there's someone I can, why is this guy fighting me though? Wait, do you think just aggro if you're already aggroed? What was I saying? Whatever. I like my car, my new car. It's nice. I was talking about this earlier, but one of the things that sucks is like, or sucked until I figured it out, was it didn't have, like, it doesn't, I can't or I can connect my phone by Bluetooth to it, but it doesn't, you can't play media from it that way. At least not yet. I was thinking, like, I was like, I wonder if there's like an update or something that allows that, because like right now the way it is I can connect my phone but only for phone calls, and I was like, well, that's kind of like, I don't really make phone calls anyway when I'm driving. Like, well, I don't know, like if someone calls me, sure, but I never really call anybody as I'm driving. But yeah, I was just like, I'm probably never gonna use this. But then, but so like the other thing was like, it has an, or it says there's an aux port. Okay. I don't think I would have done that expecting that to work. Oh yeah, whatever. So it said there's an aux port, and so I was like, okay, well, I have aux cables, so I can like do that, which is like, that's fine. And then when I like looked for the aux port, it wasn't where it's supposed to be. Like, there's just a hole there, and it was like, I was just like, what the heck? Like, it's just missing. Like, it's supposed to be right here, but there's just like a gap, and you can see some wires down there. And I was like, okay, wait, did they take it out or something? I don't, like, what happened? And then I like looked into it yesterday afternoon, and apparently it's like a known thing with the 2007 BMW 328i, but the aux port, like the little box there, if you push it too hard, you can push it down into the, like, you can pop it out of its little spot. Like, it has these little clips that like lock it into place, but you can push hard enough that the clips slip and it like falls in. And so like I had to like take the back off the center console and like take it out, unplug it, drop the plug in and plug it in, and then like fit it back in the hole. And then I tested it by like pushing on it to see how hard you could push on it to like, or how hard you need to push to like slip it through. And you don't have to push very hard at all, but I was like, wow, that, like, now I see why, you know, why it was missing, is they probably went to plug the cable in at some point, and it just like, they like pushed a little too hard, because like you don't have to push very hard to plug your cable in, but if you push too hard, which is also not very that hard. I mean, you, like, I feel like you have to do it kind of intentionally. Like, you have to be pushing hard to make it pop through. But it doesn't really take... Why are these things fighting me? I'm 10 levels above them. Oh, I think it's... You have to be at least... Or more than 10. I was thinking 10 is the safe spot, but I think it's 11. But anyway, yeah, whatever. Like, you have to push... Like, you have to be pushing hard to get it to fall through. But it isn't... It's also not very hard. Like, I can... If you just like lined up the thing and oh, I punched the mic. If you lined up the thing and just like try to like, you know, like jam it in. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I could see like popping it out of its spot, but if you just like line it up and push your cable in until it, you know, seats right, it should never pop out. And so, but whatever. But that was a pain yesterday. Like, I literally had to like, it's because it was hot. Like, I turned my car off when I was like doing it because I was afraid of jacking up something because I was gonna be unplugging stuff. And then I was just like sweating there, like, because I had to get into the back seat, and then I had to like kind of like lean it. Like, it was like weird trying to get to, because you have to take off the back, like where the air conditioners in the back seat are. You have to take off that like cover and then like reach in, and there's like a thing you have to pull out, and then you can get to the cables more freely. But like going through all that while the sun is just like melting me was like miserable, and I got all dirty and gross. And I was already all dirty and gross because I had a long day where I was running a lot, like literally running, but also like running back and forth. Haha, idiot. Did that kill him? Nice. Well, he didn't die, but he's still down there. But it broke combat. Oh wait, am I going the right way? No. Why did he take me? He told me to take the elevator. Oh, are we trying to cross? Am I supposed to drop down? I don't... What? No, I was supposed to just cross that bridge. Okay, I wouldn't have taken this elevator if the dude, literally the hero guy, Izzard, he said we should take that elevator. So I thought that was part of the quest. Anyway. Fixing that, I was like, alright. Because that was like, actually like, because I didn't realize it, when we bought the car. Like, I didn't look for the aux port, until Friday morning when I went to work, and I was like, alright, where's this aux port? Like, I grabbed the cable from my room and got in my car, and then I went to plug it in, and I was like at first I was like looking around, I was like, I don't see it, and so I looked it up on my phone because I have like I downloaded the driver manual because they didn't have it with the car, and so I downloaded the driver's manual and like went to like whatever page that shows where the aux port is, and I was like, oh, it's right here, and I popped open the center console, and I was like, no, it's not. And I was just like, well, that sucks. And so then, yeah, on the way to work and the way home, I was like, man, like, what happened there? Like, where did it go? And then, okay, wait, maybe I did need to take the elevator. How do I get up there? Maybe he didn't lie to me. And I'm supposed to jump down, I guess. But whatever. When I got home, I was like I said, I looked at that hole and was like, why? Oh, everyone got ditched. I was like, why is this hole here? Like, this is where it's supposed to be, but why? Like, there's cables here, so maybe there's something, I don't know, something going on. And then, yeah, it was like, yeah, you know, the thing, if you push too hard, it pops out and falls in. And then I was like, okay, wait. I knew that was going to kill me, but I was trying to, like, see if there's anything. Oh, God, that was kind of sad. I'm probably supposed to go this way. I guess I can look at the map. Yes. I killed Mio for no reason. Whatever. Anyway. The aux port, I fixed it. Music comes out fine. It sounds good. At first I thought like the sound system was gonna suck, because I was like, I had the air conditioner on full blast, and when I was playing music and turning it up, I was like, dude, I can barely hear it, and it like sounds very like low quality. But once I like got it to like a real volume that was louder than the air conditioner, and then turned the air conditioner down, I was like, okay, no, it sounds good. It's like, it's good. Probably better than my Camrys. But I haven't listened to something in my Camry in a while.
This is something decent, right?
I think I've been through here before, and I just don't remember, because like there's dead bodies, but I must have off-saw them. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. My new car has a sunroof, which is kind of cool. But I don't know how much I'll use it. Chase was asking me about it earlier. He's like, "How's the sunroof?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's all right. I mean, it's a sunroof." And he's like, "Have you been using it?" And I was like, "I opened it up once, and I was like, it's too hot," and then I closed it immediately, and I didn't want the sun on me. So I don't know how much I'll actually use it. But it's cool that it's there, I guess. Also, there's a container. I don't think I've been this way, because I would have grabbed this, I think.
Let's just sneak a peek.
Unless the cave-in or whatever opened it up. Like, changed the layout. Maybe that's why... Well, no, because those bodies, like I said, those bodies were off-scene at some point. Unless they're just dead bodies that you can't actually off-see. Okay, well, I've done this etherite, or etherite, ether sphere.
Don't just assume they're pushovers.
I like to change some classes around so that... Okay, dude, like, oh my god, I hate the charging system so much. I pressed R twice. I literally made it so this guy was the only one on screen, and it still picked up someone else. Oh my god, hurry up. Why is this? Dude. I'm mashing and wiggling the stick. I guess, can you even wake up from sleep? What? Anyway.
That should about do us for now.
Come on, let's get to it.
Yeah.
I hate the waiting part.
Oh, I got an alert from Pokemon Sleep. Hit the hay by 1. My Snorlax looks sleepy. That's the thing that sucks about setting your bedtime in that thing. You set it, and then if you change it, it resets like your streak. So you have to follow it on the weekends too, which is like, who goes to sleep at their normal time on the weekend, right? Like, during the week, it's like, sure, you want to get to bed so you get enough sleep before work, but then Friday, it's like, I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm going to stay up. And then Saturday, it's the same thing.
Can anyone hear me? We're here to Commander.
Oh, I didn't mean
We're safe.
to do that.
No
Looks like there
I
weren't
didn't
too
mean to
many
do that,
working
though.
this deep inside. I'm glad everyone's unharmed. I didn't think there'd
I
be
try
a
not to
cave
skip
in
main
here,
characters.
Considering the geology, and with this level of structural support. I suppose the cave wall was weak enough for the monsters lurking there to break through.
When the excavation uncovered an area of concentrated deposits,
Dude, I love
the
Tyon.
monsters that lived there must have sensed the charm.
Like I was talking about earlier, I was like, he might be my favorite character. And then right now when he showed up, I was like, my brain was just like, my favorite character. As soon as he started talking.
Good news. But for now, let's get everyone out.
There might be more monsters. We better keep an eye out.
Noted.
We're close to the site of the cave-in. Let's pick up the pace.
Yes, sir.
Man. I don't even feel that tired, but like now that I saw the stupid Snorlax alert, the Pokemon sleep alert, I was like, man, I'm tired. That's what I was saying earlier though, is like it's weird. It's made my sleep weirdly consistent. And it's a stupid little like just Pokemon sleep app game thing. There's a lot of these dudes. Oh, he got one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they should be. It sucks. Izzard got owned because he was healing too much. Healing too much before the tanks took over. But because they weren't hitting me so much, I didn't swap because. Excuse me. Because I wasn't dying, so I didn't think I have like. I wasn't gonna cycle until I needed to. Whatever. Anyway, I had tofu for lunch and dinner, or tofu like what do you call it? Two different tofus. I had Mongolian tofu, and then it was called salt and pepper tofu. Whoops. I'm gonna say the chain attack for the last one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, whatever. I just burped and I tasted it all again. It's kind of gross on the second time. The one thing that sucked though is like for both of them I ordered them spicy, and right, like there's like levels of spicy, and I got the medium, which was like not the hottest, but there's like 6 levels, and medium was like number 4. Like it was like not spicy, mild, something else, then medium, then hot, and then like very hot or something. But yeah, neither of them were hot at all, and like they came with little, like they gave me 2 little like small cups of chili, like it's like chili sauce, that I was like, oh, that's probably, I was probably supposed to add that and it would make it hot, and I did, and it didn't. Like it was spicier than the tofu was, but it wasn't, still wasn't very spicy. My item. I like this song a lot. I think I was talking about it. Oh, I did say it earlier. I had this song stuck in my head a few days ago, and I really, really wanted to play the game so I could hear it. Hopefully this week coming up, like this week, I'll be able to stream more. Cause like I was saying earlier, this last week I streamed Monday, and I was planning on streaming the whole week, like fine or whatever. But like Tuesday night, I was like, I'm just tired. I'm not gonna stream tonight. And then Wednesday and Thursday was all the car stuff. And then Friday last night, like Friday yesterday at work was just like literally physically exhausting. Like I was saying, I was like running back and forth across the entire building for like 3 hours right at the beginning of the day, and then did all that like fumbling around with the aux port as soon as I got home, and then took a shower because I got all sweaty from that, and I was just like, once I was done with all that, I was like, now I can sleep, now I can take my nap, and it was already like 7:30ish, and then I just like gave up the night. Like I woke up at like 10 or whatever, or close to 10, and was just like, Nah. Oh, I forgot about pairing them up. I got lucky I did that. That's coincidental. Also, I love when she says that. I should have done the healers first. I mean, I still got the Bravo though. Dude, I really love the Agnian look so much more than the Kavesi look. They just look way cleaner. It's nice. Like the Kavesi ones are cool, but they're all like, you know, dark purple, whatever. But the Agnian ones, they still have that dark purple, just like the white, sleek cleanness.
I guess riding
That's why me and him say clean at the same time.
A little silver lining to a great big cloud. Glad to hear. Tyon? No, all of you. Thanks for your assistance. You saved us.
On the contrary, Commander. We were just following your orders.
Right. We could only react so fast thanks to your quick thinking.
That's about as much as I can do. The people of Colony Lambda, and you as well, all knew what needed to be done. And due to that, the rescue was a success. I can't thank you enough.
You've even managed to secure a nearby ether deposit. I'm a bit jealous.
Yes. Actually, our troops reported a harvestable ether source recently. And with enough resources in the bank, perhaps the colony could have some peace of mind.
I hear a fair few colonies are lacking ether.
Everyone knows that we're nothing without it. Everyone in Lambda knows to be prepared to do anything in their power rather than lose it. By the way, how are your travels?
What? We literally haven't gone anywhere since we've been here.
Sometimes I'm envious of folk like you. Strong-willed and forging ahead.
Oh, well, we're not
I guess he just means since we've left, or since Tyon's left.
Actually, I think being a commander is a pretty big deal in its own way, eh?
Smoldering Camaravi and the famed Silvercoat certainly are. But I'm not that kind of lone pioneering type.
I think most people feel the same.
I know my own weakness best of anyone. The day we lost Nimue and you, Tyon, I abandoned all thought. The Consul sensed my weakness, knew I'd pass my responsibility to another, and took merciless advantage of it.
Oh.
That's one thing I learned from losing. Ironically, if I hadn't experienced that loss, I'd never have come to understand this feeling in me.
You gonna start crying?
No one needs to hear all that. Ah, yes. I owe you all, don't I? Would you come to the commander's office later? I'll be waiting.
I'm gonna teach you my class.
Let's harvest some ether.
There's 3 of them. I need to do something with this because I'm about to hit the cap. Anyway, as soon as we get back, I'll wrap up because I gotta get to bed for this Snorlax. But also I'm like ESA is on now, and I like falling asleep to it. So like that's also like the sooner I can do that, the sooner I can get ultra comfy and fall asleep for my Snorlax. I don't even like Snorlax that much, but I think once I get an Eevee, I'll try less hard to hit my bedtimes and stuff like that. But also like I know, I don't know, like I haven't been publishing my VODs on YouTube, but I know like literally just like looking at my, oh, I guess I'll do it later. Oh wait, no, it's over here. Like the analytics or stuff like that. The shorter streams, like even though they're still a few hours long or whatever, they usually do better. At least like views wise, like people wanting to watch, and like I've heard the same thing from people, like they like the shorter streams, not like, you know, sub 3-hour streams, but like not 10-hour streams because they're more digestible. And so I'm always like, maybe I should just start doing that, you know, like keep even on the weekends. Like I want to stream longer on the weekends, but maybe even keep it on the weekends too, to like a few hours or whatever. But I don't know, still don't know. So I still haven't even like really streamed that much Wait. Oh, I'm on the wrong map. Wait. There we go.
We've been to quite a few places now.
What was I saying? I don't know. I like streaming long, but also like, I don't know. If people don't like watching long, then I don't need to stream long. It just I don't know. I like streaming long because I like playing, like sitting and playing for a long time. But this game,
thank you all somehow.
is kind of his wrist. This game, I feel like it. Not that it wears on my patience, but like the amount of cutscenes makes me not want to sit and play it for so long at once because, like, I don't know. It's like the same. I want to play the game, even if like, I don't know. I don't know.
We didn't lend
I don't
hand
want to
just so
watch
you'd give
the
us
game,
something
you
in
know.
return.
Too right. We don't expect any thanks.
That may be so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip
Did the
it.
thing with the autolevs get sorted out?
I only just got a report saying they don't know why they won't work. After seeing that cave-in, I want to investigate thoroughly. An autolev is vital for that investigation. If we can't bring them back here, they can't be of any use to us.
Here it comes.
I'm not planning on getting you involved for every little thing. I already can't thank you enough for your help with the cave-in.
Excuse me, Commander. I have a report about the autonomous Levnesses.
Any new developments?
Yes, sir. It seems they're operational.
I was gonna say, he's gonna say, JK, we lied. They actually work, sir.
I see.
They wanted you to take a look and judge if they can be used or not, sir.
Roger that. Well, I'm sorry for bringing you all out here. I have to go.
I'd like to come along.
What do you mean?
Oh, good call. I need some closure on this.
We won't get in the way. Is that okay?
As you wish. Then follow me.
Anyway. I guess I was gonna talk about, yeah, like, I haven't, I don't know, like, I have all the VODs exported to YouTube, but, and, like, ready to publish, but I just keep forgetting to publish them, and then like, when I think about it, I'm like, like, I'll wait till tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and then I forget until, like, the evening. I'm like, I'll wait till tomorrow. And then I don't do it again. And then it's been, like, I think I published one Monday or Tuesday, and then I haven't published one since. And it was just, like, the first part. Dude, why is it so far away? I kind of hate these. Like, if you do the shortcut to go to this map, which that didn't even take me anywhere. Like, if I use that area map shortcut down there, you can't change maps. So, like, I'm stuck on this map. And if I want to see other parts of the map, I have to go here. And then I can, like, you know, go to this one or whatever. Which is the one I want to go to. Is that a bug? Wait, that made me farther away. Oh, I guess I could have walked up here. Whatever. I want to see what this question mark is anyway. Oh, it's those guys. I could. Well, no, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm 37. I don't think I could take them all on at once, but
Oh, that's a rare one.
if I could pull them one by one, but I don't think they would only come to me one by one.
Wait for a moment. Using that device should allow us to proceed.
Yeah. That's what I was doing.
Like this?
Is there anything down there, or is that just like, I think it's just a shortcut to get up here faster. Which would have been nice, because then I could have went to here and just climbed this ladder. I don't think I'm gonna bother. I should get this. I want to level up Eno some more, even though I'm never gonna use her, but maybe in the future.
This isn't worth our
Nice. I was like, it better be the Agnian one. They look so much cooler. I don't know. Like, they look cooler. I don't know. They just look better. I don't know. The Kavesi ones look cool. And I like, well, that was like the thing is like when I first got the Ouroboros and they were all the Kavesi ones, I was like, I didn't know there were Agnian ones. And I was like, these look cool. I like this. And then as soon as like I got the idea, I was like, wait. Are we going to see like another version of the Ouroboros, like the Agnians? Because they're like, yeah, you know, it's implying that the leader is the one that controls the look of it. And then I was like, wait a second. They can swap. They're going to give me another look. And then as soon as they gave me the other look, I was like, wait, this is so much better.
We don't exactly have what I'd call an open schedule.
Sorry. I know this is selfish.
Nah, mate, I don't blame you.
Wait, he said schedule instead of schedule.
But he's also someone
So I guess that's not even like a consistent British English thing.
I think every soldier in Lambda probably feels the same.
It sounds nice, doesn't it? Feeling attachment to your colleague.
So I know it was either Mio or Uni. One of them said schedule. Like on a different session.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh god.
What happened? Hey, is everything okay?
Commander, the Levnesses, they started moving all of a sudden.
What?
And then they just came for us.
But any autonomous unit should have safeguards to stop it attacking us.
That came from right up ahead.
Huh. Lucky thing we tagged along, eh?
Please stay back, Commander. We can take it.
What are you saying, man? I'm fighting. It'd be
Man.
a lousy example for the troops if I just stood around and stared.
Then let's go. This one's gonna be tough.
Focus on that one.
I'm the one you want.
This'll keep it going.
Is that another one even gonna fight us? Oh, it is. Oh god. I'm trying to change targets to it. Oh, I gotta get closer to everyone else. Oh, she skates. That's kind of cool. Oh, I forgot to level them. Oh, come on. Oh, and it's not even full. Whatever. Ion's getting owned. And Senna. And Izzard. Bro. Oh, I used the wrong. Whatever. Okay, we're fine. I'm just gonna do it now. I was gonna say I'm gonna save until he gets low, but I'll be able to build up another one. Okay, I was gonna say, does it always offer Senna? Oh, I didn't talk about this earlier, but I finished the Figure Order Lost Belt 6 or whatever. Not that I read it, but I completed it, so I got like the Holy Grail and all that stuff. Because I wanted all the Saint Quartz from it, and so I could roll for Oberon, and I still didn't get him. I still don't have him. I have like 3 more days to try. So I've been also like I finished it, and then I started running all the interludes that I could and rank up quests. I'm not done. There's still some more, but oh, I didn't look for Senna there. Whoops. No, it wasn't Senna. It was like Tyon, Uni, and Mio. So I guess it's not guaranteed to get that every time. No. I mean, I guess we still hit 100, but I didn't. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I wanted to use Uni last. I was hoping he would only do like, you know, like 40 or 50, and then it would be less than 100. Fine. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of the rank up quests and things. Did I press R and it didn't change targets? I hate the targeting system so much. Okay. Dude, I keep messing up and not doing the fusion. What is that? I want to go Ouroboros mode, but I'm waiting for the stupid fusion. Okay, I'm gonna delay healing. And now. Cool. And we still have more? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna save this one for when it's about to die. It's taking forever to kill him. Okay. I guess I'll just do it now. I'm gonna use this guy now just to get him out of the way. Unless we get him back. This should kill it, I think. Yeah. And we got him back. I mean, I guess that is okay. But like, now I just have healers and Tyon. Like, I might not be able to make it one more time. Depends on who we get back. Oh. Wait. I didn't pick Uni. Why did that happen? What? Or is it because Uni showed up? I thought you had to pick both of them. Whatever. Or is there also... Oh, no, I picked Oh, I'm dumb. I picked Lance and Senna, but it showed that I got Uni back or something. Whatever. I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? They don't go together. Alright, I'm just going to spam all the healers. Including, what's his name? Izzard. Is it gonna lock it to 150 still? Yeah. Wait, that was only two one Ouroboros one. Nice, they even like have... Wait, we did the in-universe way to beat him.
Oof, this man's tough.
Barely put a dent in it.
Oi! The spark you doing?
Concentrate on their power sources.
Where are they?
Finish it up now. Tie on.
Right.
Look out!
What? I was say, what's Tyon doing? Oh.
Whoa! Now, Tyon! Open fire!
Nice one.
Brilliant work, Tyon.
What?
Commander Izzard!
What is going on here? Bro, they could have just like went and slapped it on the back. They had to get all fancy.
Feels like all I do is ask you to clean up our messes. Thanks again. If there's anything I can do.
But why did they go berserk?
It might have been set so they couldn't tell between friend and foe once restarted.
You think so? So you're saying that forcing them to restart overwrote the previous instructions?
Oh, man.
I'll have engineering give me the details. We need them in running order, but they can be dangerous tools, so care is paramount. Regardless, let me know if there's any way I can thank you.
Give me your
We told you
class.
before, we didn't do this for any reward.
It won't fly. I can't rest easy knowing I'm this deep in someone else's debt.
If you're going to insist, do we need anything, guys?
Let me think.
Tasty sausages.
I've got something.
Whatever it is, just say the word. We've put you out of your way.
I want you to fight by our side once more.
Say that again.
I want you to see for yourself that the path I'm walking is the right one, Commander.
Tyon, has this been bothering you?
I understand. My position as commander means I probably won't be able to accompany you at all times. But I pledge myself and Colony Lambda to you, Tyon. No, to all of you. Call me anytime you need me. I'll come running no matter what.
Thank you very much, Commander.
I better brush up on my skills to keep up with you all. Colony Lambda will have to keep up with its current developments too.
We can help you with stuff like that, mate.
Now look here, I can't ask that of you.
Look, we're friends now. Nothing wrong with asking your friends for help.
We're friends, you say. You're incredibly trusting, you know that.
What's that supposed to mean? We're just helping.
I don't mean anything bad by it. If I need you, I'll ask for you.
Please, call us anytime you need.
I'm a lucky man to have friends like you, Tyon.
They talk too much.
I will endeavor to assist you.
Tyon. I think that's Strategos? Okay. Is Tyon? Okay, kind of close. We'll switch him to that as soon as he's done. Maybe not, because then we'll have 4 healers.
Riku, get job done right.
Anyway. Let's go back to the colony. That's not gonna work. Oh, wait, I guess... Oh, wait, yeah, no. I have to use the big map. Because I want to sit down and do the discussions and stuff. But I'll do that tomorrow, because I'm going to call it here. But I'm going to go save at it so I can level up. Talk to Tanya.
We've made some new friends.
Mac the Wildwood.
We've made some new friends.
Wait, that campsite was outside.
Are we going back to where we fought with Lambda?
Let's rest and heal up.
Oh, I can't even level up. Okay. Let's clean everybody and then save.
Much better. We have to keep track of our
All right.
progress.
That's it.
Time to going. Then
I'll be back tomorrow. Try to start earlier because I did start a little late tonight, but that's just because like I took forever to eat. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and then as long as nothing changes throughout the week, I'll be streaming this week too. Like I said, I streamed Monday because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream again, and then Tuesday I was just like, not tonight, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were just like, well, Wednesday and Thursday were literally like, I'm doing stuff tonight, I can't. And then Friday was just like, by the time I was done and showered and, you know, settled in, I was like, man, I'm physically tired, and it's already almost 8 o'clock, and like, by the time I wake up, it's gonna be, like, I woke up at like 10 something, I think, or whatever. I can say right now, because I was tracking my sleep. That's another thing that's kind of cool. Like, that's like what I was talking about earlier when I first started talking about Pokemon Sleep, but like, it says my average sleep, at least before I took my nap earlier, which was only a couple hours, which dragged my average down. But I only sleep 5.5 hours on average. So like, I don't even sleep that much. Oh god, what's happening? Oh, my Snorlax leveled up. He grew. Anyway. I woke up at 10 o'clock exactly last night. Like I went. Oh yeah, see, I didn't even go to sleep till 8:18 to 10 p.m. But yeah, like I woke up and was hungry, so I got food and all that. And then by the time I was done, I was like, not streaming. But whatever. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. And then yeah, like I said, as long as nothing comes up and like takes over my nights, or you know, as long as work isn't too like literally physically exhausting, where I'm running around and then come home by the time I'm like done and showered and stuff, it's, you know, late. I should be streaming at least most of the week. But whatever. Anyway, I will also publish those videos, the older streams, so that like they're on YouTube and watchable, in case anybody wants to watch and get caught up and see what they missed. Because I like this game a lot. Like I was saying, like I guess like the more I play of it and the longer it goes on, the more annoyed I get with how many cutscenes and things there are. But I still like it a lot. It's just like, I don't know. At least it's good. Like that's the thing, is like it's hard to get frustrated with it because it's good and I like it. It's just like there's too many moments where I'm not in control, and that's what I don't like about it. But like if 2 had this many cutscenes, I don't think I would have finished it. Like I think I actually would have been like, yep. I mean, I probably still would have finished it just because like I finish everything I start on stream. But I would have hated it. Because like right now I still like 2, but if it had as many cutscenes and as long, cutscenes were as long or like back to back like they are in this one, because the voice acting is so kind of bad and all over the place, I think I would have hated it. Hated 2, but the voice acting and stuff is so good in this one that like even when there's like a million cutscenes that I'm just like, can you hurry up? It's like I'm enjoying it because at least they sound good and are, you know, I like everyone so much. Like I like all these characters so much. Like if Tora showed up, I would be like, all right, I'm actually just gonna skip this cutscene. But because I like everyone so much, when someone shows up on screen, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen. I'm in my brain, I'm like, hurry up, but I'm still gonna listen because I like this guy or this girl or whatever, this Napon, but whatever. Anyway, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow, and then yeah, whatever, more of this. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, whatever time it is for you. I'll be back. Bye.